Well,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. boys.
It's actually,
You don't have a drink. Yeah, there you go. Oh, lovely.
yeah.
So many people have had that in their mouth, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, a lot. And you sucked it a minute ago.
Yeah, I
did.
Well, it's the detail on it is impressive. It's got veins in its hands.
It's really detailed, yeah.
yeah, and it's like a child's hand.
That's our emblem.
Yeah.
A fist.
Not a child's hand, but
That's
just
our,
a
no,
fist in
a
general,
fist in
yeah.
general is our symbol. It's like the
You can
bat
throw it
signal.
on a ceiling and it sticks as well.
It does.
It's pretty
No,
impressive.
don't.
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
Yeah.
I'll just leave that there.
Yeah, it's not in shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve.
New Year, baby.
New Year. Spending it with you two fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a low point. I mean, it's been nice, but this is a low point for me.
Why?
Just being with you two on New Year's Eve is quite,
Really?
yeah. Do you not feel is this a good New Year's Eve for you? Or is this?
I kind of feel like it's not going out, but also I didn't, it's not that kind of vibe anyway.
No, I know, but
It was this, or it was us laying on the couch together, just being slobs. Not on the same couch, but like,
yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about because we've been hanging out.
You've been living together.
We've been living together for the last few days.
Yeah, but you two have done that quite. You two have lived together more than most friends have lived
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
But
but I just lived on your various sofas.
Yeah.
The women in your life,
Yeah.
I just live on their sofas.
That's true.
Do
Yeah.
they know? Do they all of them know about this? Or
Yeah,
is it-
generally.
Do
Yeah.
they? And they meet him.
Yeah, his mum makes my bed for me.
She does. She
Yeah.
What,
makes
on the
up-
sofa?
When George comes back to stay, and if Mum's back, if I'm at mine, there'll be a whole like bed made on the couch, like extra blankets and she'll be like extra pillows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she would have come out of like fucking repellent or something. Do you know what I mean? Just like
Nah. She has to hoover the couch and the blankets and stuff.
I do
but
flake a lot.
He flakes
You
a
do.
lot.
I'm a flaky guy.
You do. You are a flaky.
We should
guy.
introduce him, by the way.
Oh, we haven't.
This is our
introduced
first
him.
guest.
This is our
first guest. You're the first guest on the Nameless podcast. How do you feel?
Yeah, sick. It's sick.
What an honour.
Yeah.
What an honour.
I'm
for
in
you.
some cunt's spare room with a green screen behind me.
Yeah, well, no, it's a prison wall.
It feels
so
pretty
it's,
good, doesn't it?
It's a prison wall.
You don't watch the pod, do you?
Well,
I'm not gonna lie, you're a bit of a. Why aren't we having? I feel like we should have one of our real friends
Who
on that
supports the
actually
pod.
support the podcast.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched any of it?
no.
Oh,
Why would I
alright,
watch?
there you go.
I hang out with you most nights. Why am I going to listen to a podcast with you two on it?
Because you're a supportive friend.
You're a good
No.
friend, yeah.
No,
This
fuck.
man let you sleep on his. His mum makes up the sofa for you. You think you'd?
Yeah, but that's his mum, not him.
What? So if his mum
Oh,
started,
yeah, I run the authorization codes. I'm
oh
like, hey.
shut! Your mum runs the show. Mate.
Yeah.
you,
Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what? So
she
what if his mum started a pod? Would you tune in?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. By the way, his mum is a lovely lady. Isn't
Yeah, I
she? This
know.
is like a running
She's the
bit though.
best.
She's lovely.
Yeah,
she's
Oh wow.
Careful,
lovely.
you start going
I
after
know,
my
I'm
mum,
sorry.
he'll fucking scratch your eyes out faster than I would.
I know, but she's lovely.
She's lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
No, she is
the
a
best.
lovely lady. Yeah, your mum is very, very wholesome. I've said
Yeah,
that to you many
she
times.
is.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What's your mum like?
She's just
Racist?
No, she ain't racist. She's a bit mental. Just normal.
What
mum.
flavour of mental?
Just like, I mean, do you want to talk about this on New Year's Eve? Just a bit like, a bit schizo.
Well, it's New Year's Day.
Is
now.
your mum actually skits? She's not skits.
No, she ain't skits, but she's like a bit crazy.
Yeah, but that's nice though. I think my mum's a bit mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, how are you? Your mum like? She's not straight jacket. She's not like.
Oh
full
no,
on.
no.
She's just a bit. She's a colourful character.
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Your mum's like cookie cutter. Your mum's
Yeah.
like lovely.
Yeah,
Like she's
yeah.
so like even after the first time I met her, she remembered my name. I was like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Most
Yeah.
people call me Ahmed every time they see you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
But you're George Wheeler.
George Wheeler.
Yeah. All right.
You're a comedian. as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Is this not just a hangout? Are we doing an interview?
No, we're not doing an interview, but it's
We're trying to
worth
introduce you
people
to
who
our-
are watching it. This is
No
how
one-
you.
no
This is
one's-
how you build an audience.
No one's. I mean, you got one.
What do you mean? No, fuck you. No one's.
We got
watching.
39 views on our last episode.
Yeah,
Right?
we've got
So,
people.
yeah.
We've got fisties that are tuning in.
Yeah.
Is that your fan base?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fisties, dude.
That's gay.
Yeah, that's why.
Tell it to the fucking fist.
All
Tell
right,
it
the
to-
fist.
Talk to the fist.
Cool. So you got you call them fisties,
Yeah.
and that's because you have a.
Because we're three fisties.
Because Ollie watched a lot of porn.
Yeah.
He still watches a lot of porn where
Yeah.
they do like quadruple anal fisting.
Right.
Yeah.
So for his birthday, I thought I'd buy him this because he obviously likes to do weird shit.
Yeah. Have you ever had anything up your ass?
Yes, he has.
No, just a finger.
Yeah, but that's still something, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's not like he asked it in a way that's like put stuff up your.
When I got fingered by a lady,
See,
I had, but
I'm not. I've never.
you're
had
the
this.
outlier here.
I know.
but when
I'm
I got,
glad.
when it happened, I put my legs up in the like a baby. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, my legs was in the air.
Wait, you did that for a finger? I've done that. I never fully. Well, for a finger, it's like, I don't know, like if you're fucking and then they reach round, like a reach round.
Okay.
Oh, isn't the reach round a hand job, isn't it?
Yeah, reach rounds. It's not a blowjob.
No, I was with a prostitute and she was wanking me off. And then she was like, "Do you want a finger up your ass?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Was that the first time you ever had it?
A finger up my ass? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And she put a condom on her finger and then stuck it at my ass.
She put a condom on her finger.
Safe sex, isn't it?
She didn't want the finger to burn off. She pulled it out.
It was something about the condom as well because it's like slippery and stuff. It felt quite. I mean, it was too much for me. So I was conscious that I was like, I might shit up her arm at any point.
Well, this is what I said to him when he told me about his many fingers that he's had up his bum. He loves
I've only
it.
had like one.
Yeah, a handful. A handful.
Yeah.
A fistful.
A fistful, yeah.
A fistful of dollars.
I said to him, the reason I've never done it, the reason why I've always rejected it, because I've had, women try and stick a finger up there. I am scared that I'm going to love it, and I'm scared where that's going to take me.
Well, where could it take you?
A fucking cucumber or something. Do you know what I mean?
What's wrong with that, man?
Yeah, what is wrong with that, man?
It's not for me. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me. I don't.
But why would you be scared? Because what do you mean it's not for you? If you like a finger up your ass and then you feel like you want a cucumber up your ass, then it is for you.
But the thing, I don't want to be going into fucking Sainsbury's and picking up multiple cucumbers for one.
Cucumbers.
Well, how far do we go? You'd know. Tell me. How does it work?
Wait. So, but just say you get a finger up your ass.
Yeah.
And you go, that's great.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she goes 2 fingers up your ass.
Yeah. That's how it happens. Yeah.
And it builds and builds, and then you're getting a cucumber up your ass. What's gone wrong?
I just don't want to be the cucumber guy. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not. I just don't want to be that guy.
Why
it's the same reason I don't do heroin. I'm sure I fucking love it, won't I? But I don't want to do it because then I'm the heroin guy.
Yeah, but if you do heroin, you're going to ruin your life.
Yeah, but
if you have a cucumber up your ass, you're not going to ruin your life.
Yeah, but you're gonna whistle when you fart. It's gonna get. Do you know what I mean? How far do we go? Because eventually you're doing a monster cock thing. What you showed me when they're fucking bouncing on a thing, and now my arsehole looks like a fucking digestive.
Yeah,
I don't want that. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
But what, have you only gone finger or have you gone more than finger?
I had one finger and it was too much for me, so I took it away. I'm not gay. So
yeah, exactly. You're one
of the gay guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you saying a finger is gay from a chick is weird.
Yeah.
But we spoke about this before.
Yeah, we can't rehash a whole episode.
But get in your bum.
You quite like prostitutes, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you saying it like it's a fucking Sky News interview? So, tell us about those prostitutes.
I've fucked a few prostitutes in my time, yeah.
Have you ever done a prosy?
I had one.
A brass.
Yeah, I had a brass once, but I didn't pay for it.
I bet you.
Hang on. You didn't pay for it?
No.
Here we go. Go on. Tell us the story how you charmed her and she fell in love
That's
with
not
you.
the story.
And she said, "Oh, there'll be no charge here today, sir." Go on. 'Cause that's what he does. Anything you talk to him about, it always turns into this thing where he's somehow amazing.
Yeah. No,
that's not what it is.
So go on. What?
Date. What was it?
Well, yeah. What happened?
But normally, so every time I've been with a prostitute, you pay before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but that's you, isn't it? No, they see you, they go money up front.
No, money up front. Money up front is general rules.
I've definitely not.
I see you and they go money up front.
You smelly Arab.
They see you up front. Do you take a check? Not for you.
But prostitutes are.
No, you are right. It is normally money up front. But I have also.
And it was money up front.
So what happened?
So you got the money back?
You scammed her?
No.
You robbed her after?
No.
What then?
I killed her. No. No. I was working allegedly. I was working in a like a brokerage firm.
Yeah.
And when you closed your first big deal,
they take you for a brass.
They take you for a brass. Yeah.
That sounds
right.
good.
But you know what's funny though? I had no knowledge of prostitutes before that, so I was like. I thought when they said, "Oh, you close your first big deal, we'll get you a brass," I thought that meant they were going to get me like a hotel room. There's going to be a girl.
No,
I get her for the night, and I'm like, "This is amazing."
Yeah.
When actually, it's like we're on the piss in Soho, and they're like, "Oh, come down here."
You go to a basement flat, and
you know what I mean?
You walk in, and she goes, "You have 50 minutes."
Yeah. No, it was 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Well, how much they must have given her about a score then?
Something like that. Yeah. I don't know how much they paid her, but I didn't do it.
That's like time pressure, though, isn't it?
No, I didn't do the money thing.
So you had her for 10 minutes.
So what happened? You came in 1 minute and she's like, "Don't worry about it."
I'm like, "Can I get £19 back?" No, it was like, what happened? God, this was years ago. I was like 19. I remember I was like nervous because I was like, you have to put a condom on, obviously. And I was already nervous and I was aware of the time constraint. So I was like trying to get hard. and then she was kind of helping me get hard, and it was taking a while to get hard, and then eventually I got to the point where I had like a semi, and she used that kind of like prostitute magic to just like get the condom on, and then it was, you know what was really funny? It was funny because as soon as my dick, like my semi-hard 19-year-old dick, as soon as it went inside her, she was like some Eastern European woman, and as soon as it went inside her, she went, oh yes, baby, oh so good. And I'm like, dude, I'm not insane. Like, don't, you know? And then immediately I'm like, this is, and then halfway through she'd be like, oh yeah, so good. You have 4 minutes. Oh, so, and I'm like, this is, so I kind of like focus like a Zen monk, you know, and then like got the nut out and then,
every time.
But that doesn't explain how you got it for free.
No, I didn't say I got it for free. I didn't pay. Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. You know what's funny though as well? It's like the most stereotypical thing because it's like we got in there and it was me and like 2 other brokers. One of them was white and one of them was like a white English guy and one of them was like a black American guy. And we got in there and there were like, you know, a couple of girls came out and they were doing the whole charm thing, you know, like, oh wow, he's very handsome, all that kind of shit. And then they said to my friend, they were like, oh, the white guy, they were like, oh, you're very handsome. And he was like, oh, I'm all right, I'm not. It's just for him. And they went to me and like, oh, very sexy, man. And then they went to my mate, the black broker, and they went to me and were like, oh, very handsome. You're like, you look like a Will Smith. He looked nothing like Will Smith. It was just,
and then
me,
slapped her.
Yeah, and then me. Yeah.
Oh, gold.
Yeah. Cheese.
That was great.
Yeah. Oh, insane.
Brassing is mental though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not that guy. I've said this to you.
I
before.
love sleeping with prostitutes.
Yeah, see, all of my friends are like you.
But it's like, it's not just sleeping with prostitutes, it's the cocaine as well.
Yeah.
Like the average woman you meet on a night out, they ain't gonna want to spend 4 hours doing lines and watching you masturbate and like gurning.
And they also
an Eastern European woman will look at you in the eye and she'll jacking off and you won't. She's had so much trauma that this is nothing for her. That's the thing. She's been trafficked from like the ex-Yugoslavia. You know what I mean? Like,
she's also being paid for it.
No, she watched her dad like get fucking shot and buried because he's like the wrong ethnicity, and then she got kidnapped by like some guy in the mafia, and now she's in Soho blowing tramps like me.
Yeah,
like I'm nothing.
And you're also
I can just do the most vile. Like I don't want to do anything too disgusting.
Yeah,
like I don't want to hurt her, but I want her to watch me masturbate and feel the shame I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And she feels the shame for me.
Yeah.
And it's £60 an hour. It's fucking amazing.
And you're also like not even close to the worst person that she's seen.
Oh, I'm a treat.
You're great.
You're an easy 60 quid.
Yeah, you are an easy 60
I'm the best. Oh, yeah, I'll just watch you.
Yeah, you want me to watch you wank off and
yeah, she's like filing her nails.
Yeah.
You know?
No, literally, sometimes I've had it, but like, they're smoking cigarettes going, yeah.
That's £2.
She's just looking out the window wistfully as she just masturbate, you know?
See, I never got into it. I'm not gonna lie. I always felt.
Oh, it's great. Cocaine
situations.
and sex is the best combination
I've
there is.
I've never
Do you mean
done,
cocaine and sex, or do you mean cocaine and hooking?
Prostitute.
The thing is, like, when you're ever I don't have that many I've never had that many one night stands. So I associate sex with I have relationship sex and then I have prostitute sex. So there's 2 different avenues. Like when I'm having relationship sex, it's very romantic and I'm looking in their eye and I'm like in the vagina. I'm like, oh, you know. But prostitute sex is just like, it's just me jacking off.
It's me wanking.
But don't you want to be able to do that with your partner as well?
No, I don't want to sully her. I want a wholesome gal.
Yeah, but a wholesome gal can still do sullied stuff.
No, but no.
No, but jacking off in a corner.
Jacking off in a corner while I'm sweating.
I feel like I'd want to be able, if I was in a relationship with someone and I'm like, I love this girl to death.
No, but
if
like,
I said, hey, my kink is I want to jack off in front of you.
No,
I would want them to be like, yeah, do it.
No, but it's
I'll
also
spit in your face, you know?
That's not the kink though.
But the kink is coke.
The kink is cocaine.
And the kink
is the fact that it's a prostitute.
Yes, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's two separate things.
There's also no pressure because I've got a lot of friends that are literally exactly like you. Like they'd love to go and sniff and go and see brasses.
Yeah.
And I feel like the thing that they love is also like it's not pressure. It's like this bird's getting paid. I can do what I want. I can sit here and smoke a cigarette. I can do a couple liveners. I can chill.
Yeah.
With a real bird, you're kind of like, oh, I need to make her come. I need to impress her.
And the thing is as well, like sex in a relationship, like for me anyways, like you have sex for 20 minutes and they go, okay, that's like, because I can't come. It's sex. Every sexual session ends with her going, "Okay, we're done now."
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't end when I come. It ends when she's like, "This."
Even when you're masturbating in front of her.
No, I don't masturbate in front of most. I've never done that thing like in a relationship.
So
Well, no, but I'm saying in front of a prostitute, when you're masturbating in front of a prostitute, you can't come.
No, I can't. No, because I'm on so much coke that
Yeah.
I don't. But the thing is, I don't want to come. I want to just carry on masturbating.
Till it
But
goes red.
when
innit?
you're masturbating and you're not coming, because I feel like, to me, that feels like the equivalent of like when you fucked a girl like 3 or 4 times and you're just done, and then you're trying and you're going to try and come again, and you're just fucking, and you're like, you're trying so hard to get
not
the nut out.
enjoyable.
It's not enjoyable.
It's like chewing a burger and spitting it out before you.
Right. So what I mean is, when you're just wanking in front of her,
No, but
and you're not coming, are you not like you're not feeling the constant feeling of edging? Because you're not edging. Because if you were edging, you would come.
No, but it's like the pleasure of being high on cocaine plus the masturbating is the thing I want. And like it does wear off, but like it's still like that's what I want. That moment elongated as long as possible.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well, because I would imagine that as soon as that party's over and the sniffs run out and you have come or you haven't come,
Oh, it's the saddest
the
bus journey
lowest of the
home.
low. Plus, to be honest, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't.
I'm on a bus, it's like all the fluorescent lights. I'm sweating. I stink. I fucking stink.
Here's my rule.
I've been jacking off for 6 hours, snorting coke,
Sniffing,
sweating.
6 hours of prostitute.
Oh, I mean, it's like probably like 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
the
yeah.
It
whole
feels like
thing-
6.
It feels like 6.
It feels like 10 for her.
There's an old lady going to work, and I'm just like next to her shaking, and like I'm trying to listen to the Joe Rogan Experience. This is insane.
Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing about fucking.
I've been
It's entirely possible.
I've been chewing my gums for like my inside of my cheek for 2 hours. There's just blood in my mouth, and my breath stinks.
See, but here's my rule. If you're gonna
I've tried to pay, but I've got no money because I've like, on the bus. I've got no money, so it's not going through. And the guy's like, just go on.
How do you feel the next morning?
Oh, I want to kill myself.
But here's the thing. I can't even imagine that depression, because I feel depressed if I eat like a bag of sweets and wake up the next day.
Yeah.
But my rule is, and I've got friends that, again, honestly, you remind me of my childhood friends a lot.
Yeah.
I got friends that do this shit as well. My rule for you is, moving forward, is you shouldn't go brassing if you can't afford an Uber home.
That's so true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
a really good-
jumping on a bus
Kids?
after doing that. Yeah, look, go brassing, sniff cocaine, do what you want. But if you can't get yourself a nice cushy Uber home,
Yeah.
Yeah,
get
you're
in on
right.
a
Yeah, you
bus.
can't be brassing it up and then,
Hopping on a bus.
on the 82. The next stop is Johnson Station.
Yeah. No, every time I've done that, I'm spending every penny in my bank account is going tonight.
Right.
It's just when you're in that mode, like money doesn't mean anything
that
anymore.
addict
It's like
thing,
I just
yeah.
want to spend. It's almost like I want to spend it all because I don't want to. I want to have as much fun I can this night than having like an extra £100 the next night and then spending it on like a shorter session.
How frequently? Like, what would be the gap?
Oh no, I would do it like I wasn't like doing it every weekend. I would like get so like I'd get paid on the first of the month.
And you get some Christmas money and stuff from your parents and stuff.
Or that no, just the average like thing. Like
Just imagine that Christmas card from his mum.
That's what I mean. Don't spend it all on one go. Diversify.
Just make sure you come, George.
please for me, George, will you come? Yeah, make it a white Christmas. No, just on average. Like when I was like. Every time, so I had like a 6 month period where every month I'd spend all my money. So what I'd do on the first of the month, I'd get paid and I'd be like, all right, I'll pay my rent and then I would pay like whatever, like my phone bill, that would just go out of my account. And I'd be like, I'm not spending all my money. And then the second would come and I'm like, okay, I'm going to...
The second monthly payment.
Second day of the month would come,
yeah.
and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to get some cocaine in. So I'd buy one bag and I'd be like, I'm just going to snort this at home like a gentleman. I'm going to get Crusader Kings 3 on. And I'm going to snort cocaine and play video games like a normal guy.
Never happens that.
And then I would do one line and the game would be loading up and I'm already on Viva Street looking at escorts.
Viva Street.
Viva Street.
Viva Street.
That's
Have you
where-
heard of that?
Of course I've heard.
where the
I've never
horse-
heard of that.
You never heard of it?
Viva Street.
There's a new one as well. My mate was telling me the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I bet he was.
I'm not trying to suck you back into that life or anything. But it's called Adult Works.
Adult Work. I never liked Adult Works.
No, why?
I never liked Adult
Like a
Works.
connoisseur.
Why?
You start a YouTube
No, I
review
don't-
channel.
like-
oh, I had Ava last week.
Yeah.
Tits were a bit small, but she had good lips. and-
She let me wank for half hour.
Yeah. The pimp was a bit of a bastard. Yeah. No, but yeah, so basically, like, I'll just spend all my money. Like, so basically, then I'd just get more cocaine in, I'd go out, fuck a prostitute, and spend all my, like, I'd spend like 600 quid in a night. Because I'll do like 3-4 hours with a prostitute, which is like £100 an hour, plus I'd buy like 3 or 4 bags in.
Would you spend like ages on the like choosing process?
Yeah,
Would you be
that's
on the website like stroking it, being like, she's nuts?
No,
like,
I'd be
whatever?
like, the thing I would do, like on the way there, I'll go to an area like Brockley or New Cross or somewhere like that where there's multiple escorts, and then I'd look at the area. So like I'll do New Cross, and there'll be like 8 girls, and there'll be like 8 girls, and none of them are actually that picture.
Yeah.
But it's like, but you kind of, the thing was like, you ring them up, and then as I'm talking to them on the phone, I'd get their attitude.
Yeah.
So if they're like, hello, and I'm like, hi, and they're like, yes, I'm like, okay, hang up the phone.
Yeah.
Eastern Europeans are always
But sometimes
aggressive.
you
They're
get no.
rude.
The best escorts are Eastern Europeans when they're nice. Friendly Eastern Europeans
but
are the
that's
best
rare,
ones.
though.
Okay,
Okay.
but that's the golden ticket. That's what you're looking for.
Well, you see,
Okay, wait.
Yeah, go
Wait,
on.
can you tell Ashley, because I love this story, can you tell Ashley the story about the best hand job you ever had?
Oh,
Do you see his face?
Yeah.
so I was in Sig Cup, right? This was like probably 6 years ago.
By the way, we're talking hand job here.
Dude,
Wait,
Not blow job, not saying, we're talking hand job.
I've not even heard of a good hand job.
Neither have I.
yeah.
Listen to this.
so my mate Jake rings me up. Jake Goodin. Big up. He goes, mate, I went, you're all right? He went, yeah, mate, you've got to go down to this. There's a massage parlour in Sig Up High Street. He went, there's a girl there, Italian girl, best 60 quid I've ever spent.
Bellissimo.
Unbelievable. He went, it's unbelievable. Please go down there now. She
That's-
only works
that's
on
good,
Thursday.
yeah.
She only works on Thursdays. Go down there now. So I ring them up and I go, I think her name, I can't remember her name, just say what to call her.
Bella.
Bella.
Yeah.
I go ring up and a Chinese woman answers and I go, hello, is Bella there? And she goes, oh. Because the way what happened was she's like an old Chinese lady and she's working with Bella. Everyone wants Bella, so she's getting no work. And she goes, oh, is she busy right now? But I'm available. And I went, no, I want Bella. And she went, well, I don't know. I went, I'll just go down there. So I went down there and I went, is Bella here? And she went, this little Chinese lady. She's like, and then fucking, I went, where's Bella? And she went, she in other room. So I went to the other room. I swear to God, a 10 out of 10.
Really?
10 out of 10 Italian bird.
Really?
Friendly as fuck, big tits. And then she was like, what do you want? I was like, the work. She went, all right, 8. She was like, 60 quid. I think it was 60 quid. I went, 60 quid for a hand job's a lot of money.
That's not the work. You said that we want the works. How much was the works? The works is the works.
Well,
I'm guessing the works was a massage and a hand job.
massage and hand job, yeah.
Is that the works?
That's the
Yeah,
work.
'cause
yeah.
it's
the
a
works to
massage
me is
parlour.
like fucking.
Yeah, I
Getting
get
your ass eaten.
I get that. Yeah.
But basically, what she would massage you for like 5 minutes. Basically, she just like rubs your back like that. And
Shit massage. Shit was just.
yeah, just do it with chopsticks. and she's just doing it and just spits on your back and stuff. And then she's doing it and then she goes, flip over. She flips over and she's like, you ready? I'm like, yeah. So she takes off her top.
Wow.
Double D's, tits, glistening in virgin olive oil. It was, it was unbelievable, bro.
Organic.
Oh, mate. And she's like, do you want to touch? I'm like, yeah. And I'm just like squeezing her boobs and she's like kind of doing that, and she's like all oiled up and shit. And
Don't forget, we have people listening, not just watching.
so she's like
jerking.
she's
Twist and
she's
jerk.
jerking my wiener. And
Twist though.
She's doing the twist and jerk.
she's doing a twist and jerk. And she's like, I was like, can I call you? She's like, can you call me dad? I was like, can you call me daddy? She's like, oh, of course, daddy. And she's doing all that, and then just like it went through the fucking ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh, and I went.
Did you get any on your face or anything?
Oh no, no.
Oh, so you're laying on your back though. If it's spraying.
No, it went. Just went up.
Oh, it went up.
He went up, bro. Like,
Oh,
it was,
fucking hell.
Yeah. And then just every Thursday for like 2 months.
Really?
Oh, dude.
But here's the thing though. The friendly thing is massive.
Yeah.
Friendliness is everything. If they're friendly to you, it makes it.
I feel like I'm
100%
thinking
better.
about this like an entrepreneur. I'm like, if you find a prostitute where she's not friendly, you can actually optimize your conversions. If you're friendlier at the door, then you'll get more
But
conversions.
this is why you'll never be like us. This is why we're talking about a
Exclusionary,
bra.
right? Yeah.
We're talking about a brass.
Yeah, and you're trying to make you, but
And you're talking about entrepreneurship. What the fuck are you guys?
No, I'm making a joke about how if you said to the girls that aren't friendly to be more friendly, they would actually make a lot more money.
Yeah, I know, but this is what I'm saying. We want to talk about him coming.
me coming.
Yeah, we are talking about
yeah, but I know. But just tell me more about the cum.
Yeah.
Was it?
I feel bad because I got my cock out at the beginning of the episode and no one noticed.
Did you actually?
I had my cock out for like 3-4 minutes.
No, you didn't.
That's bad.
It was it looks really small.
No, don't get it out.
Alright, well.
It does look at it. It looks small, doesn't it? I don't know why it's so small right now. But I had it out for like.
Actually, I'm looking at you. I'm just looking right at you.
No, I saw it. I'm
Yeah.
not
No,
gonna-
I saw it too. But
I looked right in the Jap's eye. Yeah, I looked right.
What I'm
in it.
saying, I got it out for like 3-4 minutes and no one noticed.
Well, can I just say, after seeing that, you were doing that, and that was a bit.
Oh, it's a grower, not
That-
shower.
yeah, no, I'm
Come
saying,
on
I'm just
now.
saying, I'm just saying.
It is a
I'm saying.
grower. My penis is a grower.
Yeah,
You're a
same.
grower, right?
I'm a grower.
Yeah.
I am. I'm not a shower. Honestly, if you saw my limp dick, it would be embarrassing.
My limp dick is embarrassing.
My limp
My
dick
limp
is
dick's
very
not great.
pathetic. Yeah,
I'm
it
a
is.
grower as well.
I'm pretty sure we've all just got small cocks. Like, no, it gets way bigger. It gets way bigger. Yeah. You really abandoned me on that one, boy. Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
But, so yeah, on the brasses, my pal went and see a Chinese bird before.
Nice.
It's called May.
Yeah.
That's probably a fake name.
Yeah.
I would
I'm gonna
imagine.
fucking
Yeah,
track
yeah,
it down from one name.
Yeah.
There's no Chinese girls called May.
Yeah. And he went and see a similar kind of thing. He went and see her once, and he was like, he called everyone, and he was like, "This bird is," and he went and saw it every day for about.
It's like
3 years.
recommending a great
Every
restaurant.
day for 3 years.
And he's got dough as well. So he honestly, we calculated he paid off mortgages for her. Like her family probably owns a high rise in Shanghai right now because of him.
Jeez.
Mental.
Yeah, there's Chinese kids going to like University of London
Because of him, yeah.
Because of him,
We
yeah.
thank him.
Yeah. There's a shrine to his.
It's a statue of him in their
Yeah.
fucking
It's
courtyard.
a dick pic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's like guys, like I remember watching like a Louis Theroux documentary, and there's like guys who like fall. Like there was a guy who fell in love with this prostitute, and she was like a big, fat thing. She was gross, but he fell in love with her, and I was like, she must give the most amazing head, you know?
Yeah, well, actually, I don't know.
She was a fucking wow.
What was he though? Was he a bit?
He was a
fucked up geezer?
he's a fucking loser. I mean, like
Yeah.
he had like the glasses, he had corduroys on most of the time.
I was gonna.
Yeah.
I didn't know you was
He was me.
Theroux, dog.
He was me. He
Yeah.
was a loser. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, it's just funny how like, it's like with these cam girls and shit. Like people fall in love with particular people, like particular girls, and they want to have them as in a relationship, but they have to pay for it. You
Well,
know?
it's the accessibility, isn't it? It's like it's a lot easier to give someone 100 quid than it is to actually chat up a bird if you're a sausage. Like if you're just.
I mean, that's what I liked about prostitutes is like the commodification of it. It's like you're paying for a thing and then you never have to know them again. Like you don't have to. Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like you don't have to ever try and impress them.
Yeah.
Like it's guys.
That is massive.
Like you hear guys are going to prostitutes and they don't fuck them. They just cry in their arms for like 2 hours and stuff.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
That sounds nice, honestly. But that's
It's cheaper than therapy.
But that's why me and you are different. Though. Me and you, we like a chase.
I'm not a chase guy.
The gratification of sex
Yeah.
to me is less than
I
the
agree.
chase. Do you know what I mean?
agree.
We're very different in that
We're-
sense.
yeah,
me
me
and you would be very awkward in a brass house. If we went brassing right now,
100%.
we would be in there like trying to chat one of them up.
100%.
What does
We'd
your
be
dad
like,
do?
I'll
Yeah,
be the guy that's not
yeah,
going to
yeah,
pay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, me and you like a chase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that because I haven't got that sort of hunter mentality. Like when you was playing darts earlier, you two really want to beat each other.
Yeah.
I didn't give a shit.
I could
Yeah.
tell, yeah.
Yeah.
We should probably talk about that quickly as well.
Well,
Yeah.
let's finish what you're saying. Yeah. go on.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying about darts.
Yeah.
I mean, like I did. I mean, I won twice. Let's talk about it. I won twice.
You
the
did
game.
win twice. You did.
Yeah,
You did,
you
yeah.
won once.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that was when me and him were in direct competition.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
you're a you know
Yeah.
a side character in
Yeah,
this.
A side character.
Well, no, today you're the main.
that didn't go
man.
your way, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you fuck over your best friend, that's what happens.
No,
Yeah.
but
do you mean?
I because on the last episode.
I was just trying to have a funny
No,
little
I know,
joke,
but on the
and
last.
now you've attacked me
I'm
personally.
sorry, but on the last episode, we basically said we were going to do a darts
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And I battered you, right?
Whoa, 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 whoa,
No,
whoa.
just tell
Let's not say battered.
I beat you comfortably.
No, you did. What? No, no,
you
no,
were
no,
on-
no.
you were on
were stuck
19.
on 10.
You were on
for
19.
like 15 minutes. And then you caught up to me. We were neck and neck from 15, 16, 15, 16. And then it got to like 18. And then you just got 19. And then you got 20. And then you just.
It was impressive how well you did, seeing how you was thrown in like such a retard.
Right.
Because the way you,
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought
you
you
were-
Well, you quit the game at 3. So let's just pipe down.
And
to
he
you,
did
right?
win two
games
that.
before that.
Quite
Of like an
lucky,
actual,
quite lucky,
of like
yeah,
official
quite
dart
lucky.
rules.
Yeah,
He did
quite
win
Opposed to,
the
like,
official dart rule.
Opposed to
Yeah, yeah.
Round the World, which is a game for children.
Well, yeah. Yeah. You got 2 very lucky shots. That's
Two very lucky shots, yeah. How many lucky shots did you get? in the
None.
game?
I got to
Yeah.
19 with skill. So
Yeah.
I'm not
okay.
gonna lie, this is pathetic.
it is
how-
fucking lame that we're doing
we
this.
are
This is
very
really lame.
Are you
Yeah.
just doing silent farts into the microphone?
I think the microphone will pick it up.
No, I don't.
If
think
you
it
heard
will.
my fart, leave the comment.
Yeah, because it's funny if they make a sound, but if you're just
think they
letting
made
off dirty silent bars into the mic.
Yeah, the mic's just in the smell.
Christ.
It's gonna give the next
The
guest
resale
key.
value just went down.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So yeah, you two had a competition.
Yeah, well, it was just quick. Yeah, so in the last episode, we said we were going to have a competition.
And
I
actually won.
So
What's the next competition?
That's a good question.
that is a good question. I don't know. What else
Leave
was
it to the fans. Hey fans, leave it
Tapping out.
leave it in the comments below what the next competition should be.
No, it's awkward because
Yeah.
we're not going to get a comment.
the one guy. Just do us a favor.
Yeah, you know what, Jordan?
Jordan,
you
do
can
us a
pick the
favour,
next
son.
challenge. Go on, Jordan.
Do you know what, Jordan? Also, comment if you like him, if he was a good addition, because we know you love us. So you just tell us if he's any good.
But also, don't just be nice because you love us and we like him. Be honest. If you don't like him, say it.
yeah,
You know? Like,
and
say
really
it.
just get into it. If you, don't.
Yeah.
If you like him, just say he's cool. If you
Go
don't
into
like him,
incredibly explicit details so we all know. You know.
Who the fuck's Jordan?
he's our one fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, one fan.
Do you know anything? What's his story?
No, we're not going into Jordan.
We don't know, but he's, by all accounts, he's a great guy. He's
Yeah.
By all
We
accounts.
know he's a great
By all
guy.
accounts,
Yeah.
he's got a fat cock. That's why I heard he's got
By
a
all
slog on him.
accounts, Jordan has a fucking
Yeah.
massive one on
Yeah.
him.
But you had your own Jordan, because you two used to do a podcast.
Yeah,
didn't
me
you?
and George used to do a podcast.
And
called
you had
House
your
of
own?
Shame. House of Shame. It's on YouTube. You can still watch it. There's
Yeah.
like
All right, well,
30.
don't fucking turn them away from ours, you cunt. Do you know what I mean?
No.
They figure out that ours isn't as good as yours.
This is like the ex meeting the current.
Yeah.
It is awkward.
Yeah.
Especially because we like each other more than we like you as well. So that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's pretty sweet the way you guys have bonded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
nice.
It's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute.
So you two are fags. I don't know.
We were talking a lot earlier about like the afterlife and psychedelics and stuff,
Okay.
like DMT and. Have you ever? No, you haven't done DMT.
I've not done DMT.
You haven't done any psychedelics, have you?
No, I've done mushrooms.
Okay, right. Wait, I thought you were asking me about trying mushrooms the first time.
No, I've done mushrooms.
Oh, in
I've
Thailand.
done it,
Yeah. Okay. Would you ever do DMT?
I would. I've spoke about. So I told you about this before. There's a thing called Cambo. I don't know if you've heard of this. It's like a fucking. It's like some kind of form of DMT.
Okay.
And they like they put some shit in your arm. One of my mates actually runs a clinic that does this. And when I say clinic, I mean a flat in Islam.
Yeah.
And he put some shit in your arm and it makes you vomit. So it's like a purge. It gets rid of your toxins. I mean, I don't know how much I believe that, but then you go on some weird trip, and it's like a bunch of my friends have done it, and they said it changed their life.
Wow.
Like one of them was a fucking mental cocaine addict, and he hasn't touched it since.
Really?
So I am interested in it.
I did DMT once, but it was off.
What do you mean it was off? What?
It was old. It was old, out of date DMT.
You did expired DMT.
Isn't that the most George
That
story?
is the most George story. I didn't know it could go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I smoked it, and like I did. The guy was like, "It's off, so it's weaker, so you might not get
The full effect.
full effect." So I did like 3-4 hits,
Fucking
and the room went wobbly.
Yeah.
But apart from that, nothing else happened. So,
So that sounds
I didn't meet the extraterrestrial.
Well, that sounds
guys.
kind of like just a normal mushroom trip then.
Yeah, but it was only for like literally a minute. It lasted like a minute or two.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, I wanted to just meet the
The celestial beings.
yeah. Well, if you meet them, they're like, yeah, you're a fucking loser.
This
If you meet an alien and they're like, yeah,
You're a mug.
You're a mug, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You're going to hell forever. And you're like, why? It's like, because God made you to go to hell.
But this is
It's like the Calvinists, like there's like, the Calvin religion is like it's a Christian sect. And they believe some people, everyone's made by God, and some souls are destined for heaven, and some souls are destined for hell. Right? So like you're born, and if you're a bad soul, you're destined for hell, which is like
can't do
that's
anything to
insane.
change it,
It just means God's an arsehole. Like, you know what I mean? He's made us being just to live 30, 40
Yeah, but
years.
also then
Yeah, but you got to have them, ain't ya?
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
have some cunts to go
Yeah,
to
but
hell.
also it's like that's mental because like okay, so you're born into like a Calvinist community, and they're like, oh yeah, you're a bad one. You're like,
Yeah.
so what? I'm doomed
Yeah.
for eternity, and they're like,
Yeah.
yeah. You're like, oh well, I'll just fucking kill all of you then.
Yeah, but the way the way you proved that you was God's chosen guy was like that's like it was a Protestant thing, and it was like they would all start businesses. If the business went well, you was like destined for heaven. So that was like, so if a Calvinist like ran a fucking a trading company and it went well, they're like, oh, I'm definitely one of God's guys. But if you was like, you know, you was born without a foot, you're like, oh, I'm fucked, you know. You know?
fucked.
If you're born without a foot, and then you're
And
like,
then you're also
that's
going
because
to hell,
God. That's
yeah.
because God doesn't love
Yeah,
you.
that's hard.
That's the
yeah.
thing. If that's true, and you do the DMT, and you go to the aliens, and they're like, yeah, like you go to the gate where you can walk into the first dimension. Like you go there, and they're like, yeah, you're not allowed in.
Yeah.
You're like, why? It's like, you just won the.
You got
fucking,
a tiny cock.
You're a
mug.
tiny
Yeah.
cock loser.
Yeah, but this is why I'm holding off from doing it because, like I said, this
Because you
camp
think
of
an alien will meet you and be like, you're fucking.
yeah,
You're a tiny cock
No,
loser.
no,
Yeah.
I do think like I would like to get to
Your
a point.
self-hatred is deep.
It's so
You do
deep.
have a lot of self-hatred.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you fucking looked at me? Yeah. No, I am. But the thing for me is, I in my heart, I think that I can be a lot better.
I really don't get your self-hatred. Like, the more I know you and the more we spend time together, obviously, piece of shit, right? But I don't understand, like, you know, you're good looking, you got a decent job, you got a great missus, you got a kid on the way, like, you got friends, like, I don't get why you hate yourself so much.
Brown.
Is it really the brownness?
Brown.
Is it
No,
just,
it's not.
yeah, but it
A
probably
little
is.
bit. No,
a
there's
little bit.
definitely probably a little bit of that.
Yeah,
do you
that's
know
why
what
I
mean?
hate you.
Yeah, well, that's why we get on.
Yeah.
No, I do you know what? I honestly, I ham it up a little bit. I definitely don't like myself. But with the DMT thing, the reason I don't want to do it is because I just feel like if I do it now, it could be wasted. Because I feel like, to me, that's something that you want to do and get it right. Do you know what I mean? Like you said, I don't want to go there and the aliens are like, you're a mug.
Yeah.
You're having a kid. You
And
ain't
they're
got a bean. You ain't got no money. You're a sausage. And then I'm just gonna go and myself.
Yeah.
I'd rather do it in 5 years when things are going well.
Yeah,
Where I believe they're going well. And then if they call me a mug, I'll be like, you're a mug. Do you know what I mean? I'll have a bit more like self-belief.
I love the idea you're calling the celestial beings,
yeah.
the gods
Do you
of
know
all
what?
realities.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you're a fucking mug, mate. Do you know what? You can fucking do one as well.
But that's what I want. I want to be able to be to a point where if I do have a bad experience, it doesn't wreck me.
Yeah.
Because my fragile being now.
Yeah, but I don't think however much material stuff you accumulate or whatever in your life, or how if you got a little 6-pack and 20 grand in the bank, I don't think that's gonna. If you meet the celestial beings from another reality in the 4th dimension and they break you apart spiritually, psychologically, and emotionally, you're not gonna be like, yeah, but it's all right because I got a little fucking BM, haven't I?
I got a Beamer. No, but my thing
I've
is.
got my Chanel bag. What are you talking about?
No, it's not about money though. It's about me being comfortable with what I've done or who I am.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you not have that a little bit where you feel like you're not really where you are, where you want to be, or who you want to be.
But
you know
also,
what I'm saying?
that's a never-ending road. First of all, because
Yeah.
you're never gonna arrive.
Yeah, but you're gonna be closer.
You'll be closer, but there'll always be.
I'm miles off.
Yeah,
I'm not even on the road yet.
That's true.
I got
We-
a flat tire.
That's true, but you're never gonna you'll be at a point where things are going pretty well, and you'll be like, yeah, but not yet, not yet, not yet. If anything, it's the opposite. It's when you're in a place like this that you do it, that you fucking completely reset how you view the world, and then you go with this new operating system.
Yeah, it is, but it is also because one of my mates that runs it and does it a lot. He was telling me that he saw his mum who passed away, and they had like a 5-minute conversation. And I would love to see my nan, because I love my nan. She was like my best mate. I'd love to see her, but. That's a scary thought to be like, well, what if I go there and she's like, I never liked you? You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Wow, that's so dark, though.
And it's not to say that I'm not saying I would never do it because of that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that is stuff that it worries me.
I feel like all this over intellectualizing about the taking DMT and acid and stuff. Like people are like, oh, I need to take an acid, but I need to have like a deep thought about it. It's like. It's just a drug.
do the drug,
It's
yeah.
you're doing drugs. Stop making drugs lame.
Yeah, I do. To be fair, when you did fucking mushrooms, you sent a voice note to yourself and said, "Now I can see why they invented the word groovy."
Yeah, but that's because I was fucking tripping balls. And
Yeah, but that was very
I was
gay.
giggling my ass off, and I was like, I can see why they invented the word groovy.
That's making mushrooms gay. But
It is
yeah,
making
yeah,
mushrooms gay, yeah.
Make mushrooms gay again.
Just do the drugs.
You know what makes mushrooms gay? Being too scared to do mushrooms.
I've done mushrooms.
Yeah, do them
DMT
again.
is a different level though,
No,
isn't it?
DMT is a different level.
DMT is like, to me, feels like something that it's going to be an important part of your life. Like, it's going to be an important moment.
Yeah, there'll be
do you
a
know what I mean?
before and after.
Yeah, there will be. It will be
I
something
don't
that will
think so,
affect
man.
you.
I think if you do
You
it,
smoked expired one. You don't know. What do you
With
mean?
DMT,
Yeah.
I think Ashley's right. With DMT, there will be a change.
And maybe there won't, but it
it's
could
only
be.
because you think about it so much.
No,
Just
but it
do
is
the drug.
No, but it is also because it's not like you're not doing shrooms where plants might get a bit distorted and you might get a bit there's like shapes. It's like you are actually blasted into another reality for what feels like a long time.
Yeah, but you blast into reality. You hang out with some aliens. Like you don't have to find out the meaning of life or why you're on a life journey.
Would you do DMT again?
I'll do it now.
I really am tempted. I don't know how much DMT is.
It's not expensive.
Is it not?
No.
I'm really tempted for you to do DMT so that I can watch that and see your experience.
Oh, you want me to give you the guinea pig? I'll be your guinea pig, buddy.
Cool.
We do it on here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can we get you in this room?
Great.
Would you do that?
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll be having a conversation. We'll just be looking at him and he'll be like,
Yeah, just look after me and I'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll
yeah,
look
no,
after
we'll look
you.
after you, of course.
Yeah, I'll do it. Just get some DMT. Yeah, let's do it.
Wow. Dude, we got to do
But
that.
can I say something? I am genuinely jealous of you. I'm envious of you.
Why?
Me and you have spoke about this as well before. You have exactly what I want.
What?
A retarded brain.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
so like, no, but you are. I've said this to you before. My other pal. You're so like, yeah, just go, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
and me and you
yeah.
are so like, yeah, but what
Anxious.
about the consequences?
Yeah,
We're
because
so
he's
gay.
not. He's completely George. The word to describe George is untethered.
He just don't give a fuck.
George floats through life
Yeah.
and nothing. He just goes. He just exists.
Yeah,
through it.
I don't have somewhere to stay.
And I'm
Who
too
cares?
fucking anxious
yeah.
and neurotic and wired. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but fucking what? Yeah, fucking.
You.
I said it before. He's the happiest person I know.
You have slept on the street. Am I correct in saying that? Right. I got a letter saying I was gonna sleep on the street in 6 months, and I nearly killed myself.
Yeah.
You slept on the street. You were like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, this is a possibility, and I shit my pants.
Yeah, because you just like if you worry about it, like worrying about it doesn't help. I mean,
I know.
I still get worried. And
No,
stuff.
I
I'm
know
not,
you
I'm
do.
not,
Yeah, when you were actually sleeping on the street, you were. I remember we were talking, and you were like, "It was tough."
Yeah, I was going a
Oh,
bit.
it-
It was
yeah.
tough. Yeah, but like if you just like thing is like what you realise is like if you just carry on going, it's all gonna work itself out, or you die.
That's true. And that is kind of working itself out in
You
a
know,
way, isn't it?
if you just don't worry about stuff as much, like if you just do instead of thinking about it. So I feel like with you especially, and maybe you two, I don't really know you as well.
He pointed just because for the audio.
Ollie, you I feel like instead of just you get an idea about something and then you look at it from every angle and
Yeah.
then you
Analytical.
and then you stop yourself from doing it. You spend so much time fucking thinking about it and then you just don't ever do it.
You do that a lot.
Yeah, for
you,
sure.
you do that even more than me.
I'm a really anxious person.
Yeah.
I have really bad anxiety. I analyze everything.
I know that. So the other day we shoplifted from
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Oh no,
go
the
on.
fuzz are on us. You know, like, we shoplifted allegedly from a place, and then we got all the stuff and we was cooking the food up, beige night, and blessed be the beige, and then
Blessed be the beige.
and then we was
And
cooking,
blessed be the par.
and then blessed be the par, and then we was
Gay.
cooking it, and then
Gay.
we was in B's house, and then I saw some like blue lights flashing, and I was like.
You didn't shit yourself thinking the feds
Well,
come for
I
you.
went. Oh, Ollie, there's some blue lights flashing. Let's have a look. And Ollie went, what?
Oh,
Well,
come
no.
on.
It was right outside the house.
Yeah,
so I
but
was
come
like, I don't
on.
know.
What, are you going to chase you down for nicking a pizza?
I had valid reasons for wondering what could be going on, but also I didn't shit myself. But I was like, yeah, but that's the thing. I'm anxious. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
mean.
He's an anxious guy.
I'm
Yeah.
very anxious.
Well, I that is
but
silly.
my mum's a very anxious person.
No, that
as well.
is silly, but I am the same as you. Not to that extent, but I am the same as you. I was allegedly staying somewhere with a lot of illegal stuff going on, and one night blue lights come right outside the house and they were going to raid another house nearby, and my leg I was shaking like a leaf for like 12 hours. So I am the same, not over shoplifting, I mean that was stupid,
Yeah.
but I am the same. I do feel a lot of fucking anxiety as well.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. You
don't get anxious.
You've got it right. No, he probably does a little bit, but
Yeah, I get
not
anxious,
to the level that we do. Me and you will get anxious over dumb shit.
Yeah.
And I just don't think about it.
What do you get anxious about? Because do you know what's mad about George? Well, every time us three hang out together, you end up just dropping gems on us.
Yeah.
You just like tell us how to live life.
Yeah.
You're like
Yeah.
a mad oracle. Or
He's
something.
like a Zen monk.
He is,
He's like
yeah.
a wandering Zen monk. It's really insane. That's the thing. I want to be like, what's your guide to happiness?
Yeah. Tell the people. Tell Jordan. Tell
The
him
thing
how to
is,
live
for
his life.
context, like people watching or listening might think we're actually taking the piss.
No,
we're
no,
actually
yeah.
not. He is the happiest person I know. He's the most unburdened person I know.
Yeah.
He's kind of like George is kind of like, and I have to say, like he's my best friend, and this is why I'm like really envious, because in like a loving way, where like he's like a mix of Diogenes the philosopher and like Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu is the founder of Taoism, allegedly.
What, you're just trying to fucking like throw me out of this conversation? Don't be telling me who these
No,
people.
I'll explain.
See, he does this kind of shit.
Nah, George is quite well read.
I know he's well read, but
Yeah.
you don't do that to me. I'm a fucking
Well, I was
idiot.
going to
Don't-
explain.
let him explain.
Yeah, I'll explain it. Taoism, one of the biggest world
Yeah, I know
religions.
Taoism. Yeah.
Okay, well, so don't be. I said Lao Tzu, who's the founder of Taoism.
I don't fucking know who Lao Tzu is.
Yeah, no, I know Taoism.
I thought that was the brass that he fucking went off to. Like, come on.
Basically, yeah, Lao Tzu was the founder of Taoism. It's highly speculated that he didn't actually ever exist. But obviously, the philosophy of Taoism is very much like it's watered down in modern media. But the general idea is that it's like going with the flow, right? That's half of it. Diogenes is one of my favorite characters from history. He was like a Greek philosopher. He was like the first cynic. But Diogenes was basically a guy who completely rejected society. He was kind of the first hippie in a way. He completely rejected society. He lived in a barrel in the street, and like street dogs would just come and be around him. He would like fucking masturbate in the street. He would piss in the street. He would shit in the street. He would just take the piss out of all the elites. And famously, there was a moment where Alexander the Great, who was like the most important person in the world at that time, he went up to Diogenes and was standing in front of him. It was a sunny day, and he said, "You're Diogenes, you're the only one who hasn't come and like bowed to me or whatever." He's like, "I admire that." He's like, "I'll give you anything you want. What do you want?" And he was like, "You're standing in the sun. Get out of my way. That's what I want." Like, he was a G, and he just didn't give a fuck. He was very disgusting, and he famously took the piss out of Plato. But he was very disgusting.
He would turn up to Plato's like lectures, and like there'd be like all Plato's like followers, like they'd be like looking at him adorably.
Yeah.
And then he would turn up and be like, "You're fucking gay."
Yeah, he was that guy.
He would shit in his hand and throw it in and stuff.
He
That's
famously,
you in a past life.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
That is
George
literally
is
him, yeah.
Diogenes like my hero. George is like Diogenes. Diogenes famously, he went up to Plato at one of his lectures once, and Plato, when asked to describe a human, what is a human, he said a featherless biped. So like a two-legged thing that, that walks, that doesn't have feathers. And so Diogenes went into one of his lectures with a plucked chicken and went, "Look, a man." Just to kind of take that was like a big burn back in the day.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the point is, he was completely unburdened. He had no possessions. He lived in a barrel on the street and just shat and wanked all over the place and did whatever he wanted. And he was like this happy individual, and he developed these followers and things. And then that kind of evolved into cynicism, and then the Stoics kind of took from cynicism. It was a whole thing. So the point is, George is kind of like that. He has the attitude of a Taoist where he's like, just go with the flow. But he also has the Diogenes thing of like, I just don't really give a fuck. I'll just do whatever I want and it'll work.
I'll shit on the street, piss on the street.
Yeah.
I think he's also unburdened by social opinion. He doesn't give a fuck what people think about
I know.
him.
That's what I'm saying. Because again, at face value, they would probably think that you would be the guy.
What guy?
You'd be the guy that me and him, or I would be the guy that you'd be like, "Oh, this guy's got the answers."
Right.
But he's got the answers.
Exactly.
Because I remember we had like a deep chat about comedy before outside a thing, and I only met you a couple of times, and I remember we were having a deep chat, and you normally, you got a couple of gems as well, so I was kind of speaking to you, and I was waiting for you to drop something, and he just dropped some knowledge, and I was like, fuck this guy.
Because I was also a bit lost in that moment as well.
Yeah.
That was a night we were both. That was a big night for me in comedy.
Yeah.
We
You
all
turned the corner then.
I did turn a corner. We all three did a gig, and then me and Ashley were in a bad way, and Ashley wasn't getting anywhere, I wasn't getting anywhere, and we were both just feeling fucking depressed, and George was like doing all right. And we were both just kind of lamenting about it, and all the boys went to the chicken shop, and we were like, "Nah, fuck it, we'll just stay." And the three of us just hung out, and we were both just like, "Oh my god, what the fuck's going on? We suck. Comedy's not going anywhere." And then George just was like dropping gems, and I was like, "Fuck!" And then some of it stuck, and then the next day I just turned a corner, and then comedy started going really well.
Yeah.
It's like an Italian man, isn't it?
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I know. You're the most simple genius of all time.
I'm not a genius. I'm a retard.
No, you are though. You are. That's what I'm saying. You can go from talking about like doing prostitutes fucking multiple times a week, and then you'll just throw some.
Yeah, you just got to
fucking...
not worry and be happy. And if you do more than thinking, it's
Yeah.
like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah,
you're sitting there being like, so how many fingers did the brass stick up your ass?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, 3. By the way, you just got to not be anxious. And if you go with the flow, and you're like, wait, let me get my notebook out. What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck was that? You are an enigma.
It's like the ramblings of a madman.
Yeah.
But also read the ramblings.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
It's gonna be some fucking gems in
what
there.
is it? Even a broke clock is right.
It's right twice.
a day.
Yeah. And you are broke
I am very broke.
in multiple ways, but you're right.
Yeah.
You're homeless, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Even that. If I was on a podcast and
on,
someone
go off.
said to me, "You're broke, you're homeless," I'd kill both of you and then.
Why?
No, but this is what I'm saying. You have no worry. That to me, the anxiety is running through my veins.
Yeah, but see, this is an interesting conversation. So, almost like a philosophical dialogue. Expand that conversation. So he said, "But why?" So you said that would kill me. If someone said you're homeless, you're like, "I would kill myself."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, but why?" And you were like, "Because I'm anxious." Expand that. Carry on that.
Okay,
Carry on that
so-
dialogue.
Obviously, I'm hamming it up a little bit. I wouldn't kill you and kill myself, but it would hurt me.
Yeah.
But again, I admire the fact that you're just like, yeah, what? I don't care.
Yeah, but you're only like you worry about it because the social stigma of like being classed as homeless.
No, but it's also like the
The reality of it is like it's terrifying.
But also, to be honest, the reality of it, like, it is bad. But I think for me, it's more the like, it's not shame, but it's like the disappointment. Yeah, I would feel like I'm just letting myself, and I'm letting my mum, and because even when I give some money to my mum, and like all that would make me feel like I've fucked it. And here's the difference between me and you. You don't think I've fucked it, it's over. You think, oh, it's not great right now, but there's a new day.
But it's just a state of being at the moment.
But me and you as well probably would be like, oh, the game's over. I've fucked it.
But
I'm
so
just
then
gone.
100%.
But the thing is, like, I'm not looking for like financial success. Like, I'm doing comedy.
But it's not even the financial, it's the peace of mind. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I generally have peace of mind in the situation I am in a moment where I'm staying in hostels.
And that's
like, it's great. Like, I wake up one day, I'm in Chelsea, so I just go wander the Stamford Bridge and then I nick a croissant from M&S.
See, I wouldn't. But
I'm just roaming around London, just going into different M&Ss and stealing stuff.
And this is like, you're like that fucking geezer from
Diogenes.
Greece or whatever. Yeah.
I just shoplift for like a hobby, you know.
But even just like, you wake up in a hostel in Chelsea and you go and walk around.
50-year-old African man talking to his ex-wife, crying.
And you walk.
I love that stuff. It's like every day I wake up and I see someone having like a real moment.
Yeah.
Like the amount of people, like I've been in a hostel and like, I look at someone, I'm like, and they've clearly just broken up with their partner because they're distraught. And I'm like, every day I see someone's like
rock bottom.
Not rock bottom in the sense of I'm excited that they're having a bad time. Because you see people having great times, like they're going out for a party. But I like when you see real life stuff. Like you see someone like going through like a period of their life what will change them. That's interesting to me. That's fun.
But and again, this is why that's so interesting to me, and I think to you as well, because if me and you woke up in a hostel in Chelsea, we wouldn't go and walk the Kensington Gardens and take in the fucking sights. We would be sitting down writing a fucking stupid plan. How am I going to get out of here?
Yeah.
That's what me and you would do. And
but so to the flip side of that, do you not have? So what happens if like you're 28 now? What happens if you're 35? And you're living in hostel. You got a bird, right?
Yeah.
And you've been with your bird for a little while. It's going really well.
The plan is to move in with my bird when like we're both in a situation where that's possible.
Okay, but so how is that going to be possible? Because you have no income, so you can't have. Like,
well, hopefully I will get an income from comedy.
Yeah, but even comedy is like.
Yeah, but realistically, like if I'm not making a significant income from comedy, then I might like if I'm still in a relationship with that girl, or if I'm in a relationship with another girl, and she's like, well, I want to move in with you. Then I would probably be like, I'd get a job and then get an income and then do the whole living in a flat with someone. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're not opposed to that?
If I'm at the moment, I feel like I'm with the right person where I would do that. Yeah, but I'm not opposed to it. But at the same time, you know, I'm not opposed to it. No, but I would do that. But if let's say me and my partner break up tomorrow and then I don't meet another person, I would happily live in hostels doing comedy until I'm like 35, 40, yeah.
40? But what's the point though? Is there a point where you go, okay, I need to kind of make something happen now?
Well, I'll make something happen, but like, make something happen in what sense? Like, make something happen.
I just mean like, what's the point where you go, I need to change something now? Because like you said, I
don't want to put an age to it because like, why put yourself in like a boundary of like, I have to be here at 35. Like, I want to be successful in comedy. So like,
if I get to like 35, if I get to 40, and I've done nothing in comedy in the sense of like I've got no like
prospects.
Then I'll be like, okay, then I'll just do the square thing of like getting a job. And then if I get a job, then obviously if I've got enough income to live in a flat by myself or a flat house share, I'll do that.
Yeah,
but I don't have like any end goals in my life. It's just like,
I think the reason though people say time wise is because of family and kids normally. Yeah, if you don't want to get married and have kids, you can live in hostels till you're fucking 60. But if you want to have a wife and kids and whatever,
that seems nice. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
But as in my point is that like right now you're with a girl, could very well go the distance. She's a lovely girl. You're 28 now. If it gets to you're like 33 and she's like, all right, I want to start like thinking about marriage and kids. I'm getting a bit older. I want to have my.
Yeah, I'll just get like a job in Tesco's or something.
But to that point, would you be happy with that? Because when you were last in employment, you were like really, really depressed.
Well, yeah, but then like it's the cost value thing of like, yeah, the cost is I'm working in Tesco's, but the value is the cost return is like, yeah, I'm with a person I love and I've got a kid I love. So like overall, it'll be worth it. Like, yeah.
But it is interesting though. It is
very
interesting. It's very interesting because
because if you have this thing of like, let's face, if you plan something to happen, it never works out how you want it to be. So why, instead of obsessing about the plan, just fucking go with the flow. Just fucking, if you like, I know so many people like, I'm with a girl and I'm not ready to have kids, so we're waiting till we're 35 until we have kids. Like, yeah, but if you have kids now, you fucking make it work.
Yeah,
there is something to be said for that for sure. But at the same time, planning, like, yes, you can't plan everything. But you can plan like, okay, cool. If I want to set this goal and I work towards that goal, I'll probably hit that goal.
Yeah.
So plans do work.
Yeah, but I have plans in the sense of like I want to do top secret next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a plan. I have a this year. Yeah, I have a plan for it. You know, but like I just don't. But I don't obsess about like the grander schemes of like by the time I'm 35, I want to be living in Surrey in a 4-bedroom flat or 4-bedroom house. Like that's also like the materialistic side of it doesn't. Intrigue me in any way.
So okay, I agree with you because the materialistic side doesn't appeal to me either. I really couldn't really give a fuck about having stuff. I really don't. I just want to have enough security that I can do what I want to do.
But sorry to cut you, but just quickly. So that's the thing that I struggling on that chair.
Yeah, a little bit. It's fine.
Yeah, right. The big word there for me is security.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I like buying myself nice stuff, but the security for me.
I don't have any need for security personally for myself, right? Like I don't. Like I don't have that thing of like worrying about it. But if if me and my girl go the distance, then obviously I'm gonna have to provide security for her for wanting her to be with me. And like at the moment I'm like, well, I do want to be with her, so I'm willing to provide that security.
If you got to, let's say, you and your girl broke up and you're back to being single. If you got to like 35 or say 40. And you hadn't met anyone, would that upset you?
I don't know because I'm not there. Like I don't know. Like I don't possibly.
But see, that's what I mean. That's really interesting. That's a really interesting way to look at it. Be like, I don't know if I'm not there. Because I'm like, if I was 40, I didn't have like.
I don't have
the partner.
I've never done that thing where like I fantasize about how my life should be or will be. I think because my parents split up, they had a really shitty marriage. They never had a good marriage. So I've never been like a thing of like I want to get married, right? I'm not saying I don't want to get married.
It's just not a goal.
But I've never had that thing of like fantasizing about how my life will be. Like I've always fantasized about being a comedian, but being a comedian could be a comedian where like I live in a fucking van and I do like fucking shitty shows in Brighton for like, I don't know, like fucking 200 quid a night and I'm scraping by. Or that could be like I'm a comedian who has like a fucking nice house for kids and family. But like it's always just been being a comedian, So like the other things around it doesn't factor into it. It's more like I want the thing with my partner. So she says, okay, to be with me, you need X, Y, Z. If I'm willing to do that, which I most likely will be, then I'll fulfill X, Y, Z. But that's me doing it for her, not for me.
See, it's funny. Every time I talk to George about stuff like this, it's just a reminder that I'm not as all in as I think I am. And I'm way more all in than I was like 6 months ago.
You're talking about comedy?
Yeah, kind of. Like I had all this progress when we had that conversation that night with the three of us, and you were like, you need to go all in.
The thing is, like,
to both of us, and I went all in, and now my comedy career took a massive jump from where it was. I'm still not big or anything, but as in from where I was, I got out of the open mic circuit. I'm doing really well now, and that was because he told me to go all in. But then talking to him, I'm like, I'm fucking nowhere near as all in.
Because the thing about comedy is, it's such a selfish, stupid pursuit that you're doing it to gratify yourself. So the only reason you're doing it is it makes you feel good. Fuck it. Oh, you make the audience feel good. No one cares about that. If you have a good set, you're like, oh, I did well. I look at the audience like they're pigs. I'm not gonna lie. I hate them. Like they talk during my set, I'm like, fuck you. So you're doing it. It's such a selfish thing to do. So
no one comes off stage and kills and goes, oh mate, they really enjoyed that.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm saying is like, it's such a selfish, gross thing to do. You have to make, if you want to do it, and that's the thing you want to do, the sacrifice you have to make is everything else. It's like, if you want to be able to go to a place and do really well and everyone in that night loves you, the sacrifice you have to make is that it might not work out where you're earning enough money to have a family, or it might not, or you can live a good life. But you're like, if you're willing to make that sacrifice, that is. But if you're like, I don't understand when I hear people say like, I'm in comedy because I want it for the money. It's like, what?
Yeah, that I've never got.
Because
there fucking ain't any unless you're
there's
like
no
big.
money in comedy.
yeah.
There's no money in comedy. We're not doing it for the money. We're doing it because it's fucking.
Yeah.
If you get good enough, it's fucking an easy way to make enough money to live on.
Yeah.
Like you work 20 minutes a night maybe. Like, so you're not doing it for the money. So like you have no financial security. So like if it should be just that one thing you're doing in life. It's the only thing you should be doing. Because if you're doing it and want anything else, it's selfish to the people around you because they're because you're dragging them into your own weird bullshit thing because you had a tough childhood. It's like it doesn't mean you have to drag everyone else into it. Like I've done comedy and it's affected like people around me in the sense like my dad's probably like, why has my son fucking not got any money and why has he not fucking like had the brains to like put money away? It's like because I was doing comedy and I was spending all my money on drugs. That's not really linked, but it's like. I made the dumb decision. It's like, so it has affected people, but now it's got to realise I can't let it affect it anymore. You know, it's just like if it all goes tits up, it's got to only affect me and not anyone else. That's why I say like if I'm with this girl, like if she gets pregnant, then I'll go all right, then I'll carry on doing comedy, but I'll have to get a day job and like, if I'm not making enough money, I'll maybe have to give it up. If I've got a kid, it's worthwhile. So but like I'm trying to put that off as long as possible.
Would you, how would you go through that? So let's say like, you know, if you did get her pregnant, she had...
I'd push her down the stairs.
Okay, but let's say...
And then I'd, you know...
Right.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. You try.
It doesn't take. So then, okay, but so...
You gotta really kick them.
Yeah.
So
I run her a hot bath and give her a bottle of vodka.
Right.
I'm like, drink that, love. It's good for you.
What's the hot bath thing?
There's a way people had miscarriages was... It happened in EastEnders once. The way people used to have miscarriages, where they'd get a really hot bath and they'd drink vodka and it made a miscarriage.
I'll be right back.
I think that. I think that's a old wives' tale.
Anyway, the point is, so let's say your bird got pregnant and then you got a job, and for whatever reason, like you know, it wasn't enough, and you had to kind of commit more, and you had to give up comedy or whatever. Mm-hmm. By that extension, and I agree, that's the right thing to do is to be there for your child.
Yeah.
But by that extension, you're not giving everything up for comedy at that point.
No.
How would you feel about that?
I mean, your point is that the trade-off at that point.
Yeah, again, it's always the trade-off. Like, yeah, I'd resent it to a degree, but the payoff is that.
Kid.
I wouldn't resent. When I say it, I mean the fact that I'm giving up comedy, not the child.
Yeah,
but the payoff is like, you know, you have a kid who loves you and shit. So like, it's always like, how much are you willing to pay for it? But whatever you do, you got to make sure that you're getting something out of it for yourself. You know?
Is there not a way to do both? Is it because
I mean,
I'm about to have a fucking kid, and I mean,
of course, like if you find a job like yours where it's like dog walking, and then like you can do comedy I mean, the thing is, the sacrifice you're making if you're working all day and you're doing comedy at night, the sacrifice you're making is your time. So the time spent with your partner and child is going to be less. So it's like, if you can live, like I'm not saying like it's a bad thing or a good thing, because I don't really know. I don't have a kid, so I don't know what it's like. So, but like, if you're willing to, if you can live with that, then that's great.
Yeah.
And then like maybe you go a thing where like every Sunday you spend time with the family. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you foresee any issues with having the kid on the way and then doing comedy?
Yeah, 100%. I don't know because I haven't done it yet, but I think it's gonna just have to be one of those things that I have to just try to make comedy work and figure.
But I think that's a good driver because like I feel like when it means more, like it gets funnier. Like when it's more desperate and more like when
Back
you go
against the wall, innit?
like when you go on, like when you see someone go on stage and they're like, oh, I don't know, like when they're talking about like, oh, isn't it annoying when like you're in the office and like the boss is being nice to you even though they don't give you a pay rise. You're like, this doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But when you see someone go on stage like, who's that fucking the northern guy, fucking big fat northern guy,
Big fat
he's got a kid.
Big fat northern
on
guy.
a circuit.
Yeah, fucking, I can't believe I forgot his name.
Our level or above?
Yeah, our level.
Big fat.
Oh, Heath.
Heath.
Oh,
Heath
yeah.
Heath. So like you have the comparison. Like Heath went on stage once, and he just found out that his childhood bully had himself in prison. Right.
Oh yeah, I remember this. This is crazy.
So his childhood. He went on stage and he's telling his story about how this guy fucking like used to torture him as a kid. He used to beat him up and steal from him, and he found out this guy went to prison. And he went to prison, and he got on the wrong end. He got upset the wrong guy, and the guy in prison who he upset was beating him up and making his life a misery. So he hung himself, And then he went on stage, told that story and went, fucking yes, I'm so glad he's fucking dead. I'm so glad he's dead. I'm so glad he's dead. It was the funniest, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That's mental.
It was insane.
Because
But that's you there.
I was there. Yeah, it was intense.
What gig? I'm trying to get a gauge about. Oh, that's fucked. I thought you were going to say at least like a full room.
Nah, in the basement of a pizzeria to 9 people. Yeah, 9 is generous.
But the point is...
But it was great.
But the point is that it meant something. That was like a high octane moment in his life.
Yeah.
Like, that was so like ugly and true. Like
It's not surface level, innit?
No, that's
surface level shit. Me and you spoke about this the other day. Yeah. I hate surface level stuff.
Yeah,
Surface
it was
level
ugly and
comments.
honest.
Yeah.
So the point is, like, if you go on stage and you start talking about your kid and you're honest, like, it'll be more interesting and hopefully you'll get booked more.
Well, yeah, he's hoping.
Yeah.
My
He's
thing,
hoping, eh?
Yeah. My thing is, I think that if I can get comedy cooking to a certain degree, and I can figure out my work side of stuff where I can look like lessen my workload, then there is a world, and my plan that I have set out is that I can take my kid to school in the morning because I'm going to be working less, so I can structure and the work I do is like very flexible.
Also,
so
like the idea, like, I mean, this might seem a bit like defeatist, but like the idea of like having a decent job what earns you like enough money to provide for a family, and then you have like a topper of comedy which like supplements your income. Like everyone's like, oh, that seems terrible, but it's like, let's face it, 99% of comics don't make it. If you're pursuing comedy, you're most likely not going to do it. Most likely, none of us three are going to make it.
Yeah.
But like, if you fucking like, if you have a thing what you love doing, what pays you well, like that's fucking great.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. It's a fun thing that I would love to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah, like, you know, like obviously we all want to be fucking massive, but like, and I like, you should also be trying to be massive.
Yeah,
because otherwise, if you're treating like a hobby, it's gonna be dog shit material.
Yeah.
And it should destroy you in a sense, in a way.
Yeah.
But like, so let it destroy you. But if it doesn't work out, like, you can look back on your life and be like, yeah, but I did this thing.
I did this thing that I love to do,
Yeah.
and I made it work. Yeah,
I made it work. Like I did fucking clubs in London.
Yeah.
For fucking 150
Yeah,
people.
that is really cool.
Like, how many people on this planet have like performed in front of 150 people and fucking made them laugh?
Yeah.
And held their attention.
And also, I think it's like, not to get too deep into it, but I think even just like doing comedy and trying to pursue it, not even comedy, but anything, like if you want to be a musician or a poet or a fucking art, whatever you want to do, it kind of gives you a bit of a deeper understanding of life and yourself, and like you become a better person.
100%.
Even let's say I do comedy for the next 20 years and I get nowhere, I will at least have more knowledge to give to my child.
100%.
I'll be able to be like, well, look, if you want to try something, you can do this because
And you're
I
someone,
did this
you'll
and
be
I
someone
tried.
who's failed.
Yeah, you've tried and you've done things and you've explored yourself and failure and all that. But so I think there's no real negative to doing it.
When you don't explore, and it doesn't have to be being like an artist or starting a business or anything like that, just whatever it is that you want to do. But when you don't explore at all anything that kind of pulls you in life,
Anything that's difficult as well.
when you don't explore that and you shut that down, you are missing out on a really, really, in my opinion, one of the best parts of the human experience.
You're also like just a bit of a pathetic guy or a woman. You're just a bit of a loser. Like, I'm sure, I don't really know anyone like that, but I'm sure there are a lot of people that like, they look at their dad or whatever and he's just like an accountant and he just left school and went become an accountant and he came home and he had a beer after work and he just watched TV.
I don't know.
I think there's not really much to learn from that guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
I'm sure there is, but
yeah, but some like, I think that's kind of a weird way of looking at it, because like there is people who are fulfilled by doing that.
That's true.
Like
That's
some
true.
people some people work the shitty job, but like they have the kid who like they work for the kid and they get to spend the money on the kid. Like, that's fulfilling.
Yeah, no, that is fulfilling.
No, that's true.
That's fulfilling. I'm guessing, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what you were talking about is more someone who just kind of goes through life on autopilot and just kind of switches off.
Yeah.
Working an honest job to fucking provide
There's
for your
nothing wrong
family.
with that.
It's not even nothing wrong with it. That's one of the
great,
most
yeah.
noble things
Of
you
course.
can do. That's one of the most noble.
I would love
like,
to be one of them fucking people. Like,
That's what fucking.
and this ain't patronizing people, but I would love to be one of them people who like, they drive a nice car and they live in the suburbs of like Sidcup or Alpington, and they're genuinely excited to have a barbecue with their friends.
But see,
like that, the idea of that just like fills me, like not even like I'm not being pretentious, like I'm just not good at being at a barbecue. Like the idea of that just fills me with angst.
I start wanking in the corner every time.
I want to be with Ollie Moore, and he's telling me about how he got fingered by his girlfriend, and he's like, yeah, she's shoving out my ass. You know, I'm like that. I can deal with that, but I can't deal with someone looking me in the eye and being like, yeah, so like, did you watch the game? I'm I wish I'm retarded, so I can't do that.
But and the funny thing is though, and this is all very fucking deep, but the mental thing is the mental thing about the mental thing is those people probably wish they were more like you.
Probably, to a degree.
Do you know what I mean? They probably feel like, I wish I was a bit more free.
The grass is always greener.
Yeah, it is.
But also, having said that,
it's the same with me and you with him. We're looking at him being like, we wish we had that. But you probably have a little bit of you just like, well, I wish I thought about things a bit more. Do you know what I mean?
To a degree, but also like, fuck it. I would hate to be used to fags. Could you imagine?
You know what I love as well? He's here just, I swear to God, I've been watching him so intently. He's been dropping mad knowledge.
Yeah.
He's been doing this the whole time. Here's the thing about life, guys, okay? You got to really...
It is like my comfort thing now.
But that's the thing, to the kind of what he said...
I could fall asleep with this.
Yeah,
kind of.
You can.
It's like he's giving me a poem.
Yeah.
You know?
Kind of to what he said about the thing of like, but I actually wouldn't want to... That was really funny as well, because you were like, because we're sitting here like thinking like, a big part of us would love to be you. And you probably think a big part of you would love to be us. And he's like, but also not really at all.
Also not really much,
but I think almost like a bit of that in the sense that, yes, there's a part of me that, like George said, I wish I could feel relaxed just in normal social situations. Content, yes. Yeah, not relaxed, content. I wish I could feel content in normal social situations where I'm like, the idea of just going and having a pint at the pub with the guys and just sitting down and talking about the week. I wish I could feel content with that, but also I don't wish it enough that I actually wish it. If there was a button there and I could do it, I wouldn't switch.
Yeah.
Because I really love, the more I've hung out with him, the more I've lived closer and closer to his lifestyle, and the more I've
don't get too close.
I feel so like,
you won't make it.
I'm like, you'd get fucked on the street if you slept on the street. You'd get fucked.
Yeah,
you would literally get bum raped.
Yeah.
You look. Come on, that hair.
You got pretty mouth.
That hair as well.
Pretty mouth.
If I saw, I'm not even homeless. If I saw you on the street, I'd slip it in.
Yeah. I'd charge a good price, right?
Yeah.
For you,
I'd charge you a good
discount,
price.
right? Costco, right? Bulk.
You get this dick in bulk. No, but I think.
What I was trying to say, by the way, was just that like the more I've hung out with him on a day-to-day basis, the more I've it's rubbed off on me, and the more I've actually felt much more peaceful and much more. I'm living closer to the bone from a survival perspective, and I'm living a little bit more recklessly. But I do have less anxiety than I did because there has been this kind of cognitive shift in my head where I've been like, I can't control it. Because that's the thing. When you're people like me and you, as in to the people listening, I mean me and Ashley, when you're people like us where you are super anxious and super neurotic and you want to be in control of everything and make sure everything works out. Because that's what anxiety is. Anxiety is like a thing of like, okay, I want to make sure I can control every outcome, therefore I won't be anxious. But like, it's never possible. And if you do find a way to control the stuff, there'll just be more anxious more anxious stuff will happen that you'll think about. So it's like a never-ending thing. But also it's like, when you feel like that, like the feeling of actually like when you realize, actually, you know what? It's never going to go. I'm never going to be on top of it. I'm never going to be in front of the 8 ball. Once you just let go, it's like that Fight Club thing of like, when he's like in the car and he's like, you got to let go of the wheel. And he's like, no, but fucking, he's like, you just got to let go. And it's like, once you have that feeling of you just release a little bit, at least a little bit, ideally more. But once you kind of let go, you just get to a point where you're like, fuck it. Okay. What will be to an extent.
Yeah.
It'd be so funny after this episode I just died. Could you imagine?
Well, like, he's a genius.
Yeah,
he just gets found dead in a bin.
The thing is, though, what's really annoying is that if you did die, you probably would go down as some like kind of he was ahead of his time and he was like people would find him material.
No, he would not yet. It may be soon, but if he died in a bin tomorrow, it would barely make the Sid Cup news.
My material was me wanking and like
fucking animals
and having sex with animals and shit. Yeah.
How old were you when you first had sex with an animal?
How old was I?
Yeah.
12.
Okay. What was it?
Hamster.
Oh, okay. You can talk about this.
You really are a grower.
Yeah. I just fingered it. Right. Yeah. How old was you when you had sex with an animal?
I started this as a joke, but now I'm wondering, I have to ask, did you actually finger a hamster?
Thanks, guys.
All right.
No, of course they didn't fucking have sex, man.
Yeah, but the thing
No,
is,
but
though,
you can't say.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
This is the other thing with you.
I'm in corduroys.
No,
what do you mean?
no. Don't fucking.
Yeah,
go to the
don't use corduroys like.
that. Had noise. I'm proud of you
Yeah.
for that. The thing with you is, I think you
George
don't
just farted.
understand how you look.
What do you mean?
No, look.
Not just how he looks, how he is.
No, but when you see when you go, oh, I fingered a hamster, and then you go, of course I didn't fucking it.
Yeah.
I genuinely was like, I didn't think you definitely did it, but I thought.
What's
he
about
might
my
have-
look what makes me look like
It's
I'm
not
like, you're
look,
a
it's
bestiality?
you, it's you.
Yeah.
If Ollie said he fingered a hamster, I go, oh, it's a bit.
Yeah.
You say it, and I go, it's probably a bit.
Yeah.
But let's find out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Let me
Right.
dig into it a bit more.
That's-
Yeah.
yeah. No,
I'm not saying you definitely fuck animals. I'm just saying if I saw a video of you doing that, I wouldn't be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay.
But that's kind of what we talked about earlier. It's like you don't mind, like you know that you're seen as the gross guy, but you don't seem to mind that at all.
No, it makes me giggle.
See, that's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
If I find out one person in a room of 100 people doesn't like me,
Yeah.
I will never sleep again.
Yeah.
I'll go
Exactly.
home. I'll go home. I'll grab
I can tell you, my friend, you can have a lot of sleepless nights.
no, exactly.
That's insane.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's comedy.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm actually quite so. Like, when I find out someone doesn't like me, like I get that like that as well. But then, like,
Do you though?
Nah, you don't really.
You don't really. We talk about people who don't like you. Like, yeah, they hate me.
yeah, but like it's
No, but I can do that as
but
well.
like,
That's a bit-
but I don't turn it into like, oh, like why do they hate me? What's wrong with me? I'm like, no, what's wrong with that cunt?
Yeah, but that's the thing. We're insecure.
I'm insecure. I'm insecure.
No, but
What
see,
are you-
no,
wait,
you know
wait.
what? I lied there, though. I did lie there. I have to clarify. I don't think if I find out someone doesn't like me, I don't think I'm like, oh, it doesn't eat me up. But I think I'm more. I don't. If someone doesn't like me, in my head, my first thing is like, fuck them.
Yeah.
That is my genuine first.
Yeah,
thing.
I say, here's the difference. I say fuck 'em,
you don't mean it.
But I don't mean it.
See, I mean it.
If someone goes, I spoke to this band, they say they didn't like you, I go, oh, fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, that hurts.
Yeah.
Why don't they like me? What the
Yeah.
fuck have I
See,
done? I'm
I-
trying to be nice to everyone. Like,
I mean
Yeah,
it.
I'm such a bitch for that.
I mean it, but I also think like.
I care. I care.
wait, let me know.
So I do mean it. I mean fuck them because I go into like almost like a me versus them mentality. But I also go, they're probably right a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like in my brain, I probably go like, yeah, they got a point. I am a bit.
No, I never see the point. I just start making secrets and I start spreading rumors about them. Yeah, I do. That's what I do. If someone doesn't like me, and it just wrongs me, I start telling.
Spread a rumor about Ollie right
Yeah,
now.
but doesn't like me and wrongs me is different.
No, it's the same thing. I spread a rumor.
You think if someone doesn't like you, that means they've wronged you?
They have wronged me.
They wronged you.
mental.
That's
That's
insane.
mental, bro.
No, because they if they don't like me, they say no, you shouldn't exist as a person. So I'm like, that's
but
an
not
attack on me.
Not like
They're attacking me.
They're not. It's not
saying
snapping
you
their
shouldn't
fingers.
exist as a person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's mental,
if they don't
bro.
like me, they say you're better off like, not being here. It's like, well, fuck you, I am here, so now I'm destroying you.
I don't think they're saying you're better off not being here. They're just being like, oh, me and that guy don't really gel. I don't like that guy.
No, you're never like if you don't like someone, you're never like, oh yeah, you're like, I hate him and here's 10 reasons why.
No, see, I
If I don't
disagree
like
with that.
someone, I'm telling. I've got lists and I write them down and I show people. If you don't like someone, it's always visceral. It's never. You never don't get on with someone. It's always like, I wish they were dead.
See, that's. But
If I don't like you, I think about flaying your skin and shit.
See, I can have that thing of like, nah, not a big fan of that guy.
No, if I
don't hate him, don't love him,
No,
just don't care.
No,
Not really a fan.
I either like you or I wish you were dead.
Oh, at least I know you like me then. That's good.
Yeah. But no, that's
Jury's out.
But isn't it more fun to live through life of like having like making enemies and stuff?
Like passion. You're talking
Passion,
about
yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be
Indifferent
You don't want to be
people.
indifferent. Yeah, that's the thing. The worst thing someone can be to you is indifferent.
Yeah.
There is a part of me that's like, I'd rather someone hated me.
Yeah.
And it depends on my mood. Sometimes when I'm feeling more insecure, I'm like, oh shit, it really hurts they don't like me. And other times I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I am who I am. And people who like me, like me. And I think that's also the thing. When you are more yourself, because we talked about masking a lot, me and you in the past, like when you are used to masking around people, it's like that thing of when people like you or don't like you, it's like, well, okay, but they don't like or they do like a version of me. But when you're just completely relaxed and you are just yourself around someone and they like you, or if they don't like you, you're more like, well, fuck it. As long as I've got people who do like me for who I actually am, then it kind of emboldens you in a way where you're like, oh, okay, well, I don't really care if these people don't like me because fuck
Oh,
it.
I can. I'm like, you should be destroyed.
See, but I agree.
You're now a political enemy of mine.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that though. I think I've thought that a lot recently, where it's like I'm trying to make this person like me, or I'm trying to like befriend someone, and it's like for me to befriend them, I have to be a different version of myself.
Yeah.
So why would I want to befriend them? Yeah.
Right.
Why would I want to do that? Like the whole point of me kind of cutting parts of my personality out or hamming parts up, so this person thinks I'm cool. I'd rather just be with people that actually just like me.
Okay,
just
so
being me.
here's a deep question, and I guess this is to both of you, but I feel like I know George's answer, so it's more to Ashley, but it could be to both of you. Do either of you guys have friends where you're like, I'm too deep in now, but realistically, I kind of long it off a little bit?
Kevin, Jay, no, 100%, 100%. But I think that's also part of like, I don't know. For me, I feel like my friends are the ones that I'm really close with were developed when I was a certain age and a certain person, and you develop and you kind of change and evolve. So now when I'm with certain people, it's like, I love you. You're my brother. We have had mad memories together, but your company doesn't give me what I want anymore.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm saying? Yeah, 100%. I think that's normal. I'm pretty sure I have really close friends that think that about me. They probably think, why is this guy keep making
stuff?
Yeah, that's hard. When you outgrow people, it's hard. I remember I had a couple of friends in high school where like we were mad close. We're the kind of friends where you're like, oh, I'm going to be friends with these guys forever. And then after school, like just didn't chill with them. And then but I didn't really notice because I was doing my own thing. They must have been doing their own thing. And then every now and then, like,
Well, that probably, because you went to a private school, innit?
Yeah.
So that probably happened when you became a rapper, no?
Yeah.
They were
What
probably
happened?
like,
Yeah.
What?
You can't hang out with him anymore.
Yeah. He's full of streets.
He's the bad boy.
Yeah.
You can't be friends with that guy anymore.
Yeah.
He's talking about
I hear he knows people that do drugs and sell them.
He's talking about how sick his flow is, Jeffrey. You can't
What was that name you said earlier that you said I must have known someone? Jeffro. Jeffro.
That's how I imagine all your friends being. Like they just wear like corduroys and like
I can't be
polos.
all that, but you're wearing corduroys right now.
Yeah, I know.
The thing is, don't forget, when you go to a private school, most of the people, you know what, there's a really interesting like curve that I've only realized recently, which is that people that I went to private school with, like the people who were actually rich, because I was poor at private school, but the people that went to private school, most of them, it was like an interesting curve of like, you had people who they went completely the way of trying to be as like hood and like road as possible, and trying to seem like they have as little money as possible. And then when they get to like 26 to 30, you start to notice they're wearing more shirts and jumpers and more gilets, and they start to, because the phase of being someone who's from not
it's rebellion,
money,
isn't it?
It's rebellion. Yeah. But also it's not just rebellion. It's cooler to be from not money when the younger you are.
Yeah,
the older you are, the cooler it is to be from money. No. But I'm saying to rich people, the idea when you're 20 of being like, my dad owns everything.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
I know.
People go, you're a fucking melt. But when you're 20 to be like, fucking like it was hard. We only went to Chalet once this year. Like it's actually quite tough. They go, oh, that's fucking,
Yeah, but those people, I fucking want to strangle all of them.
Yeah, everyone does.
No, but
my point is that
have you got any back here? I haven't got a penny to buy any more.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Because if you've never sat and had dinner with your family with no electric on, then you don't know anything. Shut up. I hate those people.
I had a guy.
I knew people like that.
I can't lie. Like, you shouldn't judge, right? But I remember I did a gig once. It was recently, innit? It was the guy I told you. The guy that we had the beef with. Oh, I told you about.
I wasn't there for it.
But
I don't know about this.
Basically, long story short, so obviously me, George, and Josh, we ran a night.
Yeah.
And we had this night where this guy came down, basically. And I didn't know his name. He was like new. I think it was like his second gig or something. And like you can tell, I don't know if, you've run a night, so you know, but you can tell sometimes from the emails who's going to be difficult and who's not, And from the emails, I could tell like this guy's going to be a bit of a pain, right? So he comes down and he's like, I'm trying to figure out like how much detail I go into, but he's a posh black guy, right? So he comes down and
posh black guys.
A posh black guy, which is like a rare find.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's a posh black guy. He comes down.
It's already like he's piqued your attention.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah. But he comes down and I was hosting. So, it was an open mic night, and it's like, I've got to watch 12 probably not good comedians. So I'm just focused on like getting through it. Obviously a bunch of the boys jumped on and they were doing like slightly longer sets and having a good time. But it's like, other than the boys coming on every 5 acts or whatever, I'm just watching fucking people that are 1 or 2 gigs in or 5 gigs in, 10 gigs in, whatever. So it's just work. I'm just standing there timing, waiting for it to be over.
Yeah.
So the posh black guy goes on, and basically he's doing his thing, and it's not good, but that's fine. He's 2 gigs in. He's allowed to be not good. It's whatever. But then it gets to the point where like I lit him at 4, and I announced at the beginning of the night, I'm like, this is how it works. Those of you that are new at comedy, I'm going to light you at 4 minutes. You have 5 minutes overall, blah, blah, blah. So I lit him at 4. He keeps going. And I lit him at 5 because he wasn't rounding up. So I lit him at 5 and he kept going. So then at like 5:30, I lit him again and he's like still going. Josh starts lighting him. He's still going. Ollie Moore, who was headlining the first half, he was going on right after this guy. Ollie's now flashing him. Still going. So it gets to the point where
is he acknowledging the flash, or is he?
He
just
can
going?
clearly see it's happening, but he's just doing.
But he's not giving you like a.
He like nothing. He's not like I'm nearly done. So he's just going and going, and then so it gets to the point where me, Josh, and Ollie are all waving our phones with the flashes on, being like, "You're like, what, you know?" And then eventually, at like 7 minutes, he's like, "Oh, are you trying to? Do I need to get off? Is that?" And I was like, "Yeah. Like you've done, you know, your time. You've done 2 minutes over actually." And he was like, "Okay, don't worry, because like let me just do 2 more minutes because it's about to get. Can I do 2 more minutes?" And I was like, "No." And by the way, the whole room is like open micers and bringers who are also open micers, most of them.
Yeah.
So they're all like, "No, dude, that's not how it works." Like they want him to fuck off as much as I did. So we're like, "No, you've already had 2 minutes extra. You can't just do 2 more minutes." He goes, No, but it gets really good at the end. And I was like, "I promise it doesn't." And then the whole room laughed, and that was fun. And then he was like, no, it's fine. And I was like, nah, you're done now. So then, you know, I was like, "Give it up for so-and-so, everybody." So like I clapped him off kind of thing. And I walked up to the mic. He won't give me the mic immediately. So I'm like holding the mic and he's still holding it. And I'm like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And he was like, "Okay, but can I just say, technically, you put my name down twice on the sheet. You read it out once in the first half and once in the second half. So like technically, I can just do my 2 minutes later." And I was like, "What are you? No, dude, it's fine. Just get off the stage, whatever." Bearing in mind, now pause here. I feel like that's enough for me to go off on this kid because I've given him as much leeway as possible, but you're being a prick now.
Yeah.
I didn't because I was like, he's new, he's 2 gigs in. Also, I don't want to fuck the energy of the room and then fuck it for all the other comedians. So I tried to take the high road and I was like, "Oh, you know what? Fair enough. Like, you know, give it up for him. He did his best. He's new. It's his second gig, whatever. Clapped it off, whatever." The break comes. We're all talking outside. He comes up to me and he goes, "Yeah, so I'll just do my next 2 minutes like in the second half. I'll just do the last 2 minutes." And I was like, "No, dude." And he's like, no, but it's fine because like the other person I was with, they're not here, so I'll just do their time. And now I'm like, I'm about to lose it. Another like an open mic comedian that I know, he was in the circle and he was like, "No, dude, that's not how it works. You can't do that." And he was like, no, it's fine. It's just 2 minutes. And they were like, no, you cannot. It was the most insane thing because it was the most entitled thing he was such a posh cunt that it was like, he clearly didn't get the concept of like someone saying, "No, that's not yours." Do you know what I mean? It really fucking wound me up. Anyway, so the fucking show finishes or whatever. As in, like, we go into the second half and the show's going on. And he was with his mate in the front or whatever, some other posh cunt. And,
Black posh or white
posh? White posh.
Wow.
And he looked like the stereotypical, like, white guy, short beard, glasses, comb over, you know?
And what's the black guy looking like? I've not seen a lot of posh, like
kinda
proper
like
posh
He
black
had a
guys.
gilet on and his trousers hanging low.
No, he had, like, short braids and stuff. But at one
But
point...
when you say posh, though, you mean...
I mean, like, yeah, he talked like that. Yeah, he was like...
I
yeah.
honestly have... I don't know if this is ignorant. I've never seen a black guy talk like that.
Well, I went to school with a couple of them, so I'm...
See, I didn't know they existed.
Yeah, because
I would have been
they're
like David.
very
I would have been
rare.
like David
They're
Attenborough on
rare,
the
but
other side
it's
of the
normally
road.
like in that scenario, it's like their dad is like the fucking finance minister
Exactly,
of Ghana.
yeah.
And
That
they
is
send him,
not-
and they send him over to
That is actually
London to-
normally how it is.
Yeah.
to be fair.
So
But that is still mental, though.
It was weird.
it
It's
happens.
weird because I'm like, if he...
Wait, Colton Banks, shut up.
Well, yeah. The thing is, there is a thing. And by the way, when Ollie was on stage, like he was doing a bit, and then the guy said something, and Ollie was like, "Yeah, just don't speak again ever." And then that got a big laugh, and he was like, he started going in a bit, and I was like, that made me feel good. But anyway,
hell.
so the fucking second half goes on, and it was what it was. And then at the end, I'm doing the
I thought he had his cock out again. He was stroking the fist, I swear. I thought he was wanking next to me.
Yeah.
Fuck, sorry, go on, carry on.
Yeah, so the show finishes. I'm doing the fucking donations or whatever, and like pretty much like everyone was donating. It was a long show as well. Like there were bare comics. A couple people left like before the end, but like bare people were donating. It was
Yeah.
like a good night. And And then the posh black guy comes up and he was like, oh, cheers, man. And I was like, yeah, good job, man, thanks. And I was like, do you want to support the night? And he goes, and he had this kind of weird, like, he kind of half smiled about, like, it was like a cheeky look. And he was like, oh, I really, really can't right now, man. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm really strapped for cash. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. Now, that's the thing. I shouldn't judge. Who knows? Maybe he had a really great. Like, I went to private school and we were in fucking tens of thousands of pounds of debt to try and pay for it. Like, we grew up fucking, like, I didn't have it. So, like, who am I to judge him?
Yeah.
But it was like, I didn't fucking talk like that. I feel like I've never met someone who talks proper posh.
And
like
he's
that.
broke.
And he's broke. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you only get an accent if you go to like a top 10 private
That's
school.
what I'm
like
saying.
Harrow,
yeah.
Eton.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Brighton,
so I'm like,
whatever.
I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, I just feel like there's no way you can't even spare a fiver to support the thing. You know what I mean? Anyway, so he goes out the room. Then his bringer comes or whatever. And his bringer was like, he saw me and he was like, I got to go to the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, man. All good. And I waited. And he was in the bathroom for time and I waited. And then he comes out and he was like, I was like, hey, man, do you want to support the night? And he's like, no, sorry. And I was like, okay, cool. And it wasn't like, look, sometimes people don't donate, whatever. But it was that I knew there was a thing there. I knew there was something in that. I just knew. Do you know what I mean? And then we went outside and there's like a bunch of us outside and like a couple of the boys had turned up. So it was like you had a few like open micers outside and then you had like a few of the boys and it was like, people were kind of talking. And then the black guy came up to me and he was like, yeah, no, it was a really fun night. Like, I'd love to come back and do it. And I'm thinking I'm never,
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, great, whatever. And then basically it's me, the posh black guy, his bringer, that posh white guy, and then this other guy who was on the lineup who was also a new guy. And we're all... Oh, nice. That was solid.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a really good
I had a
one.
little
I
second
haven't
one
needed to fart at all. I haven't... It's annoying.
You've got a lady bum.
I'm missing out. What?
No, you do that.
Lady bum.
You farted once in here before and it was pathetic.
Are you genuinely trying to
it's-
raise my
it
was
fucking
like,
fart?
Let's finish the story, guys.
Finish the story, because I want to get out of here now. I've had enough.
You fucking rug salesman. Get the fuck out of this room and then the country. Right. So, no, right. In all seriousness, so there's fucking, so it's me, this black guy, his fucking posh bringer, and then this other fucking new comic. So we're all like, talking and stuff. The boys are like right next, what?
What are you laughing
I
at?
can't tell you.
What?
When you said new comic, I thought you were going to say another N word. And I was like, whoa. No, I was just like, whoa, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
We never say that.
Yeah. We'd never say
We
that.
would never.
On the pod?
It just hit me and I was like, whoa. Man.
Ashley is our only defense. He's like our only shield.
Yeah.
They both say it regularly.
Hey, Ashley, I never thought I'd say this. I'm so happy you're brown. Yeah. All right. But anyway, so we're all talking, and then the other new guy, he's like, oh, hey, man, this was my third gig or whatever. And I'm like, oh, cool, man. He was like, do you have any tips for me? And I was like, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was like, you went 7 minutes as well, and I was flashing you. So the main thing is, like, the best advice I can give you, stick to time. That's really important, because other places, if you go over, I was quite chill about it, which is fine, totally get it. But there'll be some places you go to, if you do 7 minutes at a 5 spot, they'll never book you again. And he was like, oh, that's really helpful, thanks, man. And then the fucking bringer, by the way, we're standing like this close, we're like right next to each other. The fucking posh white guy says to the fucking posh black guy, as I'm talking to this guy, he goes, really don't like this guy.
To you? About you?
About me.
Yeah.
But I kind of heard it and I was like, in my head, I'm like, there's no way. There's no way.
He said it to the posh black guy?
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's no way he's...
So egregious.
Was you there?
No, I
No,
wasn't there.
it was his birthday. So his missus had come down, he'd done his set, and then he left. If he was, I wished he was there. He would have fucking gone off. It was insane.
What did you say?
What? But, well, as I'm talking to this guy, I was
Fucking pussy. You didn't call this guy out.
Dude, no, wait for it. I was talking to this guy, and then I heard that guy say that, but I didn't know. It was like, like it's a frazzled moment where I was
Yeah.
like, I didn't know if that
You're
was...
in disbelief almost.
Yeah, and I didn't want to be like, were you talking about me? And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was talking about someone else. That's so
Yeah.
weird that you would freak out like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So we kept talking or whatever. And then he said like something else. And I was like, mate, I feel like me and you have like got off on the wrong foot or something. I think you think I'm being a dick here or something, but actually I'm being like really chill and I've actually handled this quite diplomatically.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I just think like, it's like the way you've handled it. It's like the message more than thing. So I'm like, what are you talking? So then we get into it a little bit and I'm like, right, okay, whatever. Anyway, they go and I was like, cool. And by the way, Rob Moriarty and Adam Cleveland, they were both there. And as soon as they walked off, Rob and Adam, like they listened the whole time. They were like, yeah, we stopped our conversation halfway through just to listen to that. That was fucking mental. And I was like, thank you. And so they're like, yeah, that was fucking insane. And so they fucking left or whatever. Anyway, eventually we all stopped chilling. Me and Diesel leave the club and we're like around the corner. This is like 20 minutes later. We're around the corner walking down the street. And as we're walking towards my car, I see the white guy walking down the street towards me. So then we pass in the street and I said to Diesel, I was like, yo, that's the guy. And then like 10 steps behind me, once he's 10 steps behind me, he's like, yeah, I'm the guy. And so I stopped and I turned around and I was like, hey bro, come here a sec. And he's like,
he's
what?
with his black mate now. He's all confident, isn't he? He's with the black guy. He's like, let's go.
To be fair though, it does help.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Diesel's probably got a belly on as well, isn't he? He's always got
He's got
one.
his hand down his
He's always got his belly rolled up. You hear
Shout out Diesel, my fucking
Shout out Diesel.
intimidation factor. But so he
I
comes.
love Ollie. He was just like, hey, bro, I feel like I handled that diplomatically. As soon as he's with Diesel, he's like, hey, yo, blood, come here.
Like, come here, you fucking pussy on blood.
Yeah.
And then Diesel's like, 1 second, I got to take a piss. Listen, man, listen, chap.
Yeah,
That wasn't on.
yeah,
All right,
that
that really
very
was not on.
disrespectful, yeah.
That was not on, Odin. That was really. Oh, Diesel's back. Yeah, that's what I was saying, blood. That's fucking out of order, isn't it? That's a fucking violation, isn't it, fam?
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
But anyway, so he comes over and I'm like, what is the, I feel like this is like, what is the deal? I feel like you just, he's like, I just don't like you. And I was like, and then that hits.
And no posh black guy here. It's just the
White guy. So it's me and by the way, when he walked over, to be fair, like probably mainly because of Diesel, but he was standing there, and I think like he definitely thought maybe I'm gonna get robbed or like jumped or something. He was a bit like,
fair.
Yeah. And so I was like, I feel like he's like, I just don't like you. I'm like, yeah, but I don't understand why, because I think you think. And he was like, no, I just feel like the way you handled that. Da, da, da. So now I'm getting into it with him, and I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, I'm like, your friend like did a thing that was not a done thing, and I called him out on it, and I didn't even call him out. I didn't even like roast him for anything, like And he was like, yeah, but like, it's the way you said it, da, 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 da. And also like, I feel like you let other people go on longer. And I'm like, yeah, those are the people that I booked to do longer sets. And he's like, yeah, but I didn't know that. And I'm like, you don't need to know that. And he's like, yeah, but like, I didn't know that you had some people doing longer. And I'm like, yeah, but what the fuck difference does it make to you? You're there to watch a show. If some people do longer, some people don't. That's an insane thing to say to me. And then he was like, yeah, but like, I just felt like you were tighter with time in the first half when my friend was on, but then you were looser in the second half and you kind of just let people do what they want. And I'm like, first of all, believe me, no one was timing open micers to the dot as much as I was. I'm not going to let them run for 6-7 minutes. Like I was timing. And he goes, yeah, but I was timing too and you didn't. I know.
I was timing too.
Yeah. He said I was timing too.
And
I was like,
I mean, that's just a lie, isn't it? Like, obviously, it's a lie.
And then and then Diesel's he was being super diplomatic. So he was kind of like, brother, we're not here to have a conflict. We're just trying to explain to you, like maybe it's like a thing you don't realize. It's like not a done thing.
He's saying that with a machete in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the belly and he's like, listen, bro.
Yeah, he's like, listen, bro, let me just explain to you the diplomacy of this whole thing.
But he's like,
9 Somali cousins come around the corner.
He's like, are you? Shout out Diesel. He's like, are you a comic? And he's like, I've done one gig. And he's like, okay, we're just trying to explain to you, like, obviously we've been doing this a lot longer. We've been doing this for a few years. We're trying to explain like how it works. And he's like, you guys don't have any power over me. You have no like authority over me. Like, I know. And he said, wait for it. You're gonna love this. He said, you don't have any power over me. You have like no authority over me. Like, I've lived many lives. Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have hit a cunt. I would have hit him.
I think I would have.
That would have wound me up.
Yeah.
You've lived many lives.
Yeah.
You're gonna live your next 3 lives in my basement, you cunt. I'm gonna fucking take you home.
Yeah.
What's the black geezer's name?
I'm not gonna say.
Bait the fucking
No.
name.
No. I'm not baiting the name.
Posh black guy. Fuck you.
Yeah, but the thing is, and
posh white guy as well.
Is,
fuck you.
Yeah,
if they're never gonna see
yeah,
this.
the thing is, the posh black guy was an entitled retard, but he was just a retard.
No, but a white guy.
He's like, okay.
A white guy behaving like this?
Listen here, posh white boy. Are you come to fight me anytime? I want to do a pikey call out. I'll fight you anytime.
Yeah.
You fucking bitch.
Yeah.
I hate this man.
Yeah, he was a prick. Also, we're basically at the end. So basically, we were talking, and I was like, look, this is just whatever. And he was like, oh, I was timing too. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Do you understand what you're saying? You were timing too. Like, this is insane. And he was, oh yeah. And he said, that's why I didn't donate, because I felt like you let the second half run on. I'm like, that's why you didn't donate. And he's like, yeah, I just felt like da da da. So we're just going into this back and forth thing, and I was like, right. And I was like, why do you feel like this? And he's like, I feel like you disrespected me. You disrespected my friend. And I'm like, how did I disrespect you? And he goes, what, you disrespected my friend? I'm like, no. How did I disrespect you? And he goes, well, you didn't disrespect me, but you disrespected like my friend. So through me, like via my friend, you disrespected me. And I was like, I didn't disrespect your friend. Your friend went on, did too much time. I didn't even like call him out for it. And then in the break, he came up to me and said, I'll just do 2 more minutes in the second half. And I still didn't even go off on him. Do you understand? And he goes, okay, well, I didn't know that, to be fair. I didn't know that he did that. That's fair enough. I didn't know that he did that. And I was like, right. So now that you know that, you can apologize, right? And he was like, yeah, fair enough. Then I apologize then. And I was like, all right, cool. He was like, cool. And I was like, all right, get him safe. And he went, yeah. And then we just walked off. Yeah, shout out that guy.
Fuck that guy. Fuck
that guy.
you.
Yeah.
Fuck all of you. Here's my thing with you.
Bro,
you know what you need to learn how to do?
What?
Nip it in the bud sooner. You're too nice. Is he not
Yeah.
too nice?
You told-
as soon as
I
he
am
came
too
out and
nice.
said to me, can I do 2 more minutes, bro? I would have said, listen, you silly cunt, all right?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
You're a fucking idiot. You
Yeah.
just went over. I've been nice about it. And as soon as the geezer said, I really don't like him, I'd say, well, why don't you fucking do something about it, you silly cunt?
Yeah, but the thing, no. Hang on. If when he said, I really don't like this guy, if I had clocked that it was about me, 100%.
But it bamboozled. I'm not
It
gonna lie,
bamboozled
the
me.
front of when I was in Thailand, we went.
If he'd have said that to me and I'd have clocked it, I would have been like, what'd you say?
No, I agree with you.
100%.
But also, I think sometimes when someone's got that much front, it throws you.
Exactly.
I was in Thailand. We were watching a Muay Thai fight in like a stadium, and we were sitting. We paid for like VIP seats. It was like fucking 30 quid or whatever. But we had proper seats. You could smoke there, and like, we were like happy with them.
Yeah.
We left to go toilet. We come back. It's a geezer with his bird sitting there. Bearing in mind, it's me and 3 of my pals. I've gone up to the guy. I'm like, oh mate, you're in our seat. He turned around. He went, I don't give a fuck if it's your seat. And he's with his bird, and it's me and 3 of my pals.
What?
I literally went. I was like a bitch. I went.
But the thing is,
I could because I was so. I was
No,
like,
but
how
you-
has this guy got nuts?
But it's,
How?
but it's because like to have that much front when it's 3 on 1, you're like that guy is tasty.
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
who don't know what they're doing is doing that.
No,
Yeah, that's true.
But
That guy's a maniac.
it was.
That guy's killed
I
people.
was shocked.
Yeah,
I
no.
literally. I turned back to him. I was like, what?
And
And he's like, I said, I don't give a fuck. if they're your seats. I was like,
most people are so intimidated by conflict that if you show any sort of aggression, I'm not saying like be like crazy, but like if you show any sort of front, it bamboozles people.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I wasn't intimidated by this guy. I was just.
I would have been intimidated.
I was genuinely shocked.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
was
wait,
like, huh?
Yeah.
So what happened? So he said, like, I don't give a fuck
So
if
I
it's your seat.
I stood up to him and I was like, what do you mean you don't give a fuck? I was like, you fucking moved from the seat. We had a little argument and then some little Thai bird come over and was like, oh, what the problem? And then, you know,
Yeah.
What'd she say?
What the problem? You want
Yeah.
taki whatever,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
She said what she
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
But then she ended up
Yeah.
moving him and I sat there. I didn't watch one Muay Thai fight. I just screwed the geezer for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I was
Yeah,
just
that's-
fuming.
it gets
I was
in your
fuming.
head. Gets in your
I was
head.
fuming. I was so ready to fucking. But also, it's the whole thing of like this geezer was like German. And I'm from England.
imagine him
but-
being Thai,
So
which is way
if he was
scarier.
Thai,
I
would've
imagine
been
him as
scared.
like a geezer.
No, he's like German or something Dutch or something. So in my head, I'm
don't
going.
give a fuck if it's your seat.
In my head, I'm going. How are you not scared of? Because I'm not scared of fighting him. I'm
yeah.
scared of going to prison in Thailand.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like,
Yeah.
are you not nervous? Because I'm like, I'll fight you right now. I don't give a fuck. He wasn't like a big guy or anything. I was like, I don't know. He might
Yeah,
have
but
been a
maybe he's
killer.
clued up,
Maybe,
you know.
but I was thinking, in my head, I'm a fucking deluded idiot. I'm thinking I could fuck this guy up.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, well, fuck this guy. But then I'm thinking, but I'm gonna go to prison. in
Yeah,
Thailand.
yeah.
And I'm
So-
thinking, how do you not care? But to be fair, he had a Thai girlfriend. So he might have lived over there for a
Yeah, he
bit.
probably knows
He probably
people.
had a little idea of like, oh, I won't get nicked for this or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I was just genuinely, I remember just being like, it was I've never felt more like a pussy.
So did he keep the seat?
No, they moved him.
Okay, right.
And then I just sat in my seat and screwed him for 3 hours, and I fucking paid for a thing that I didn't even watch because I was livid.
Yeah.
But I was bamboozled because you know it was one of the things you do it so casually. You go, oh hey man, sorry bro, because I'm all like I'm being nice. I'm like, oh, sorry bro, yeah, you're in my seat, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he's like, I don't give a fuck if it's your seat. So I've just turned around. I'm like, what the fuck did you say? Like what?
Well, that's what I mean. I'm outside a fucking open mic
Yeah.
gig with some fucking posh cunt
Posh
and his
geezers
posh
as well,
mate.
yeah.
And I'm talking to someone right next to them, like they're there, you're there. And
Yeah.
as I'm talking, he goes, I really don't like this guy.
That's crazy.
I'm like, there's no way
That's crazy.
in my head. I'm like, there's no way that's the reality that's just happened.
That's wound me up.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
wound me
I
up.
was fucking fuming. Also, even Diesel made a point. He was like, this guy has no idea that like. He's like, I run Backstreet. He's like, you run this. He's like, I don't understand. Like, this guy has, and also not even that. Everyone we know, He's like, he has no idea. Like, yeah, he might not do comedy. He might not want to take it seriously, whatever. He has no idea how much, if he does want to do anything in comedy, he has just massively fucked himself.
Well, he's lived many lives. You know?
He has lived many lives, that's true. And he was a fucking bitch in all of them.
Can we wrap it? My ass is hurting.
Yeah, let's finish.
It's not because of this.
I feel like we've done about 3 hours.
Yeah,
We've done an hour 44.
Oh, that's not as long as I thought. That's not too bad.
That's our longest one, though.
Yeah, that's definitely our longest one. But we've got fucking, what was his name? What's the cynic Greek?
Diogenes.
We've got Diogenes here with us.
Sick.
You are the modern day Diogenes.
Yeah, okay, all right.
George is like, I've seen
Even
him.
that, he
He's
doesn't
so
give a fuck. He
uncomfortable
doesn't
though,
give a fuck about anything. They even compliments. Yeah. Wow. That's really mad for people listening, you know?
I know.
Yeah, we got the fist on the wall.
Right, well, that was fun.
That was real
was
fun.
good.
That was very.
Do you wanna...
Can I just quickly? I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Because I've seen you on a couple of pods, and you're very you're quite silly on the pods. Was that boring for you? Because at some points I thought you were bored there. Because we like to get a little bit big, you know.
No, I wasn't bored.
That was the most bitch thing you could have ever said.
No, I'm asking because at points you were staring at the fist for 10 minutes.
Yeah, but that's just what George is like.
I just like the fist.
And also he just gets he gets bored. Like you can't keep him stimulated.
No, I know,
like
but
2
I just
hours.
thought I've only seen you on pods where you're like constantly joking around, and that got a bit serious.
No, we was having serious conversations. And I was being I was contemplating, contemplative. I was just
Alright.
thinking about yeah. Thanks, Ollie.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I hate when he does that. He does that thing all the time. Fuck you.
Anyway, can we end this?
I'm gonna get my black
Can we
posh
end this?
mate.
Can we end this? Or I'm gonna end my life.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to?
Why don't you sign us off, George?
Where can people find you?
At the George Wheeler on Instagram, and you can also find me at Ollie's mum's house
That's true. You can.
with this.
With that, right?
Yeah, we're gonna,
Gonna what?
we're gonna high five.
Yeah, and I'll take
Backhand.
it to your bird's house afterwards. That'll be fun. All right. Well, like and subscribe. Happy New Year. Although this is the week after New Year that you'll be seeing this. But
Happy New Queer.
yeah.
Ollie's
and
a
that's
new
it.
queer.
And Jordan, we love you still.
Fuck Jordan.
He definitely hasn't watched this long this time.
Jordan, I reckon, has.
reckon?
Jordan, if you're still watching, let us know that you watched all the way to the end.
Let us know.
He's a G. I reckon he actually did.
If you watched all the way to the end, type in Ollie is a queer in the comments.
No,
Yeah.
don't type that in.
No,
you type in-
do it.
No,
You
don't
type
do
in
that.
Ollie is a queer.
Jordan, type in.
Ollie's a queer.
No, don't
Yeah.
type
And the podcast is over.
the
that's
podcast-
it.
the podcast is
We've
over.
left.
The podcast is not
We've
over.
left.
The podcast is very much still going. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.